includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Zane.
Another Tuesday morning here in Memphis, high on top of the Family Leisure Studios. This is Sports 56 Mornings. My name is Anthony Zane. Peter Edmiston is out again this week. I got my good friend Zach Boyd across the glass, the producer of the show. Zach, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Man, I'm struggling, man. Like I'm just too much happened to my senses yesterday, Zach. Before I get started, I also want to introduce special guest who's also across the table from me. It feels good to have people in the studio, man. You know, we're not used to this. We're not used to having guests here with us.
Just coming in and chilling for us.
Yeah, you know how like when you have one of those houses where your parents don't let you have too much company, the feeling you have when you finally have somebody. Yeah, that's what I've been going through this week. We had Samaria Terry in the third hour with us yesterday. Today I have my good friend Steven Johnson of the Daily Memphian. He covers Tiger basketball for the Daily Memphian. Steven Johnson, what's going on, brother? Good morning to you.
Man, it's early, but appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, it's early.
Thank you for letting me come on.
Oh, man. Yeah, for sure. It took me a while to get used to getting up this early, but, you know, I think I'm somewhere close to it, used to it.
Much respect to y'all, man. I'm not sure how y'all do it. If I'm up before 9, something's gone wrong.
But I'm addicted to Red Bull, which causes increased issues with my stomach. But, you know, you do what you have to do. You trade off where you have to trade off it.
Hey, that's the game.
For sure. Well, Zach, almost died yesterday. True story.
You almost died?
The Memphis Grizzlies literally almost killed me.
Did something happen to you, man?
Seriously, almost died yesterday. Like, when all the stuff started going down, I was making a phone call to a friend of mine about something unrelated. Another friend's calling me about something else unrelated. And then the news pops up on top of both of these these, two phone calls that are tagging in. The news pops up on my Twitter. I'm door dashing, and it's raining outside. I literally almost died on the expressway doing whatever I was doing. Reading the news, getting off the phone, people calling me after the news happened. But it was a euphoric feeling like none other. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's something that happens to me when I see Grizzlies news pop up on my phone. Like it. You understand what I'm saying, Zach? Do you know the feeling?
It fills your heart up.
And it's like it
because everybody is reading about the Grizzlies, and it makes your heart warm because it's like we're dominating the news right now.
For sure. And I'm riding down the street. It's about like 3:30, I think, 3:45 when the trade went down. Something like that, 3:45.
3:47.
Yeah. So exactly. So I know I'm going on with Dave and Stats, with Wallow and Stats at 4:30. So I'm like, oh crap, man! Like I'm about to talk about this right now. And I haven't heard the podcast from yesterday, but I know I was stupid excited. Like I know I probably sounded audibly like giddy about no pun intended on giddy, but I know I sound excited about what had happened. And for those of you who don't know, I'm not sure how you don't know at this point. The Memphis Grizzlies, of course, made a trade, sending out their 2017 NBA draft pick as well as not 2017. What am I talking about? Trading out the 17th pick in the 2021 draft as well as the number 51 pick, as well as Jonas Valanciunas, fan favorite Jonas Valanciunas, to the New Orleans Pelicans for Eric Bledsoe, Steven Adams, the 10th pick, and a future 2022 top 10 protected pick that is coming from the Los Angeles Lakers via the New Orleans Pelicans. It was heavy, man, because we had talked all day yesterday about the potential of Bledsoe coming here and swapping 10 to 17. But when I saw JV's name on it, I was like, man, it was like the scene from Planet of the Apes when Charlton Heston was standing out on the beach.
Is that your favorite movie?
It's one of my favorite movie series, easily. Yeah.
Do you like the new ones that came
Oh
out?
man, hell yeah, I like the new ones. Like, what are we talking about? Like, for sure. Like, I can sit and watch Planet of the Apes all day long. I can watch the old versions when they had makeup on. I even like the version with Mark Wahlberg. Like, I can get with that one. It was horrible. It was the worst one out of all of them, but I can watch it.
I can't watch the super old one. Ain't that the one where the black dude got his neck broke or something? Like that?
Bro, I can watch. Yes, I can watch all them joints though. Trust me. Cartoons, the TV show, anyway. But there's a scene in Planet of the Apes where Charlton Heston realizes that he wasn't on another country. He was on planet Earth because he sees the Statue of Liberty wash the shore, and he falls down and he breaks down. And he says, they did it. That's iconic scene. When I saw JV was traded, but here's the thing, Zach. You remember when we left a cliffhanger on this show about a week ago that we never got back to?
I remember a cliffhanger.
We left the show and we was like, I asked Peter, how would you feel if the Grizzlies made a deal that made it seem like they're taking a step back to move forward? And we left it hanging. We never came back to it.
Yeah.
This is the type of deal I was talking about.
Right.
Because we've been talking on the longest about how we felt like the Grizzlies will ultimately trade JV. We thought it could possibly happen at the deadline. But, man, they did it. They did it yesterday. JV's been traded. You bring back Steven Adams, who ironically is younger than JV, if I'm not mistaken. That's the wildest thing.
It's like by a year.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't think people realize how quote unquote old JV really is. I think is he about to turn 30 or he's about to
He's about to make 29.
Yeah.
Okay, he's kind of getting up there in age. So I know some people were kind of I guess messed up about it, but I thought it was a good move by the Grizzlies personally.
We'll be breaking the deal down the entire show. And Zach, I felt so smart yesterday, man. Like, and shout out to who was it that broke the news about the Grizzlies trying to make another trade? That was Vicini? No, I don't know.
It's one of them.
Haynes came out and said Bledsoe.
No.
Would be staying.
They were saying that we were trying to move up.
I know who you're talking about. I'm losing.
Was it Kevin O'Connor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
O'Connor.
it was.
O'Connor comes out and he says, expect the Grizzlies to try to move up from 10. This is when I knew, because I was like, okay, in theory, with the old trade, the original trade, the original framework, I said, I don't think the Grizzlies are going to actually do that trade unless their guys there at 10. I don't think they just want to be at 10. You understand what I'm saying, Zach? So I don't think they want to walk into the draft at 10. I think they want to walk in the draft at 17, see who's there at 10, then pull the trigger with the Pelicans.
Right.
I thought that was their original intention. But when I saw that they went on and made the trade ahead of the draft, that made me think, okay, now they want to go into the draft with 10 in their back pocket.
Just in case they want to get
something
up.
else happens. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking if they made that deal, there's a reason why they want to have that deal in their back pocket. You know what I mean? Have that pick in their back pocket. And I was ready to come on Sports Time and just sound smart. I'm like, yeah, man, look, I expect the Grizzlies to go out and try to make another deal. And then here comes Kevin O'Connor shooting my whole little thing down. But, yeah, that's what I was on, man. Like, there's a difference between having a potential trade and then actually having that asset in your back pocket come draft day, where the 10th pick isn't the Pelicans' pick anymore, when it's your pick. Then you can make other moves. People are upset, rightfully so. I understand the emotions behind people being upset about this deal, because looking at it from face value, you would think that the Grizzlies could potentially get worse because JV was our second leading scorer, carried us through a lot of the season last year when either Ja was out, Jaren was out, whatever was going on. JV was a pretty constant piece. I'm trying to – I don't really know how I want to go with this, because I can sit here for 3 hours and tell you reasons why losing JV is going to suck. And I can get on here for 3 hours and give you reasons why I'm very much okay with JV never being on the team again. I can do either one for 3 hours. That's where I'm at as far as this trade is concerned. I'm going to defer to you guys a lot today, but I will speak on things as I feel needed to. We're praying for Facebook this morning. If y'all want to send prayers, donations, thoughts out to Grizzlies Facebook, they're grieving.
How bad is that? I've never seen it.
Oh, man.
Stay away.
Talk about it.
I do this so you don't have to. So y'all don't have to.
It is hilarious, Steven. It is hilarious. Just the fan theories, the ideas, the trade proposals.
Everybody being a secret GM, a shadow GM.
Right.
Oh,
Everybody spitting fire takes.
It's just a bunch of super emotional, like no thought or intellect goes into the stuff that they spew out. I've got some takes. I took a deep dive yesterday. I got guys like mad that they didn't throw Dylan Brooks in the deal, and it's just weirdness coming from faith. We praying for them today because we know they're grieving. Also praying for 2 listeners of the show, Sharon Brown of who did she write for? The paper I used to write for.
Memphis Flyer.
The Memphis Flyer. There it is. Yeah.
Sharon was good.
We praying for Sharon Brown and Carmen Patton on today, 2 of our favorite listeners, favorite correspondents. Because they used to say JV was a whole man and how big, fine, and sexy he was. So there's nothing but a bunch of kids on the team now. But they got
the sexiness had dropped a little bit, man. It dropped a little bit.
Yeah, they lost.
I mean, but then again, like they can find a reason to like Steven Adams. So
because I mean, I know Steven Adams gets the Aquaman thing, but I don't think he gets the same like. I don't think women think Steven Adams is attractive. Do they?
I don't know. I haven't dived
I
in
guess
that.
we're gonna have to do some research. I'm not sure.
And Eric Bledsoe looks like everybody's baby dad. Like Bledsoe looks like several dudes I know in real life.
Come on,
So I don't really think they're. I don't know. But here's the thing too, man. We'll dig into actual stuff. We got to joke around this first segment of the show. Here's the thing. We do get overly emotional about players and attached to players. It's fine. That's what we do. When we made the trade for Marc Gasol, why are we trading Mark? Mark's the heart and soul of the Grizzlies. This hurts. Why are we doing this? Doesn't make any sense. Why are we trying to? How long are we gonna be rebuilding? All this type of stuff. You trade Mark, you get JV. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. There are people who didn't realize that JV was on this team before the championship, before the Toronto won the championship.
Yeah.
There are people who think we got JV there next season.
No.
For real. They're thinking we got him off of a championship.
No.
I swear.
He was part of the trade that propelled the Raptors to get them.
Right. Because it was a guy who was like, man, we're going to miss his championship experience. No,
I was
man,
like,
he don't have
what
he don't have any championship experience.
I was like,
Because Mark won the title with Kawhi.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, I like JV. I like what JV did on and off the court. I like JV in the locker room because JV was funny as hell. JV would look at me like I'm about to do something to make him laugh because I know this dude is actually going to laugh in the locker room because he knew I was the silliest MFer in there. So he would look at me like, yeah, I'm about to do something dumb to make this dude laugh on camera. You remember the time when JV, he had a game, I think he had like 20-something and 19 rebounds. And we asked him the cliche question of, okay, well, JV, are you upset you didn't get that 20 rebounds? Like, oh, man, I don't care about that, man. We won. And, he went into all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as the cameras go off, yeah, I wanted that 20 rebound. He's like, hell yeah, I wanted that 20 rebound.
Like, what you talking about,
He was
man?
a good dude, man. He was married. He was settled. He didn't get too high. He didn't get too low. And it seemed like whenever the team was going through a lull or a drought, he would be going through it too, but he would let the guys know, man, we're fine. And he believed that team was. I remember in the beginning of the season press conference for a couple years ago, Jay Crowder and JV was super positive, like, yeah, this is a playoff team. This is a team that can go to the playoffs. It's like, man, get out of here. Like, stop.
Because I was in the same boat.
Yeah, it was like, man,
I was in that same boat too.
So I'm like, man, be quiet. So, and they didn't make the playoffs, but they were in the play-in. So JV was a good dude. Like I said, he was married. He was settled. I think he had kids. And he liked the city, man. He liked being here. He liked being a part of this team. And it's going to be tough to see him go. We'll talk about more basketball stuff about this as the day goes on. But, salute to JV, bro. Like, he was He was only here for, a couple years, but we liked him, man. He was like white Zebo to us, to some people, you know what I mean? Right. People were saying he was like Mark and Zebo mixed together, and there were people who, because, in Memphis, we love taking the pain of another player and using that to exalt somebody else. So when Powell left, we put all that into Mark. And now that when they traded Mark, they put all that into JV. But trust me, y'all are going to like Steven Adams. I know about the stuff with him and Zebo, and when Zebo was suspended in Game 7. Hate to break it to y'all, we're probably going to lose that game anyway, back in whatever year that was. But
I was an OKC fan back then. Grizzlies fans, y'all was for sure going to lose that
game. We're going to lose the game anyway. like I hate it. But here's the thing.
For sure.
Steven Adams, he'll come. There'll either be media day or introductory press conference or a scrum or something. And he'll make a joke where he'll smooth the whole thing over about Zebo. Where he'll say, yeah, I hit Zebo first. Or something that happened and the whole thing will be over. Because the thing about Memphis is we hate you when you play for another team. But as soon as you put those 3 shades of blue on your chest, we tend to forgive guys and move on. It happens all the time.
He's gonna do all the dirty work, all the tough stuff, set all the screens for Giles. So it won't be long before he kind of fills that role as a fan favorite.
I put a tweet out yesterday when I said that Steven Adams is a guy he's going to use cheap pops. Like, I don't know if you know in wrestling terminology, like things that guys know they can do to get the crowd into it. He's going to do the rebounding. He's going to get the blocks, charges, crazy stuff. He's going to have the hair flying everywhere.
And things
he's going to get into some guys' faces and, whoop that trick is going to play and all those type of things. And we're all going to love Steven Adams. I mean, that's going to happen. I sat here and watched this city love Joakim Noah, the washed-up version of Joakim Noah. I sat here and watched us love the washed-up version of Birdman. So I watched these things happen. So, I think we'll be fine. The trade happened yesterday. We'll talk about that the majority of the day. We have some guests coming on today. We have Sam Amico's coming on. He's going to talk to us about the NBA draft. And also, Isaac Simpson is going to join us. We're going to talk about the draft as well. And we'll be back soon with Sports 56 Mornings.
Sponsored by Hulu. Time to have great original shows and movies. Time to have Hulu originals. The undeniably biggest star of the games is, at least right now, not competing. Simone Biles had begun to compete in the team gymnastics. Her first event was a vault, and the next thing you knew, Biles was hugging her teammates and leaving the arena. She was pulled from the uneven bars competition, replaced by Jordan Childs, and later it was confirmed if the U.S. is to repeat as gold medal winners in the team event, they will have to do it without the greatest gymnast ever. It is not a physical injury. There had been reports that Biles had difficulty dealing with pressure, carrying the U.S. team, living up to expectations. It's not known if she will return for the individual events, but absolutely stunning news today in Tokyo. American Carissa Moore won a gold medal in women's surfing. Women's soccer today, the U.S. and Australia, a scoreless tie, so after the loss to Sweden, they're still able to advance. For this Summer Games update, John Stashower, Westwood One Sports.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world at sports56whbq.com or on the Sports 56 app.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better. They've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Brian Elder's Roofing. solution.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Is there a room in your house that never seems to cool or heat the way you think it should? Then a Mitsubishi ductless system may be a solution for you. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Ductless systems are relatively new to the United States, but Mitsubishi ductless systems are a proven energy saver because the system does not have any ductwork, so it can blow colder air in the summer and warmer air in the winter. Mitsubishi's inverter-driven compressors automatically adjust to your cooling or heating demands to deliver ideal comfort while only using the energy that is needed. No more, no less. Do you have a bonus room, sunroom, or master bedroom that never cools right? Maybe a new addition to your home or a garage you want heated or cooled. Now you can do it efficiently. Call Choates today at 755-4797 or visit our website at choateshvac.com to schedule your free estimate. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Getaway Sports Bar, the best kept secret in town, open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garvin, the owner, created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Rack them up on 6 pool tables. Coldest beer in town, grab you a pool stick and get you some good bar grub. 100% Angus burgers, big and moist chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. with long neck domestics, 225 Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, we're working a crash on Bill Morris Parkway eastbound at Winchester Road. That's Bill Morris Parkway eastbound at Winchester Road. The right lane and the right shoulder is blocked. Bill Morris Parkway east at Winchester. Also, we're dealing with a accident on out in Crittenden County, where a vehicle was on fire on I-40 West near mile marker 272. The right lane is blocked there. So out in Crittenden County, vehicle on fire, I-40 westbound near mile marker 272. The right lane is blocked. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
He came from somewhere back in how long ago. The sentimental fool don't see, trying hard to recreate.
Back on Sports 56 Morning.
To be created.
Peter Edmiston again is out on vacation this week. Got Steven Johnson from the Daily Memphian co-hosting with me, Zach is across the glass. You guys can get in touch with us via phone at 901-360-8255. And you can text us on that same phone line, 901-360-8255. Was trying to make room for the Olympic updates today, since we are going live to those, giving y'all the needed information you need for the Olympics. We're going to talk about the Simone Biles story, of course, later on today, as well, later on this morning as well. I just wanted to remind you guys that you have several ways that you can get in contact with us, several ways you can view us. You can also see us on all your social media platforms, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, correct? Is that? Yes. You can watch this on Instagram, right? Yeah. Facebook.
Twitter.
YouTube, yes. Look at it. You can see our faces. You can see my good friend Steven Johnson across the table from me. You can see Steven Adams if you look him up on YouTube. Got some Steven Adams feedback from Carmen. Shout out to Sharon, who hasn't jumped in yet. But she said, thank you for your prayers as far as her losing another one of her men on the team. And she says, nah, Adams ain't attractive. That's what I thought.
Well,
who do y'all have left? Nobody, right? Because everybody else is kids. I'm talking to the
ladies list.
To middle-aged ladies in the city.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the middle-aged ladies in the city. Because it was in the past. I think the women used to like. They used to like Zebo.
Tony.
They used to like. No, they used to like. They didn't really like Tony like that. It was who was it? They used to talk about was fine. Was it James Johnson? I used to hear Courtney Lee.
Courtney Lee a lot. Yes.
Rudy
Gay was a big one.
Yeah, they like Rudy. Yeah. But, yeah, I think the Jay Crowder and Jonas thing 2 years in a row kind of cut them deep. Because everybody else is kids. Sharon said nobody. I mean, not Sharon. Carmen said nobody. So ain't nobody left. There was a bunch of kids.
Hold on. They were in the Jay Crowder?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Saying you got to tell them the story about Jay.
I'm not. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not telling any Jay Crowder story from the locker room. No, I'm not telling any of that at all. Big Man reminded me that I left out that the Grizzlies are getting the 40th pick. And I'm super intrigued about the 40th pick, too. Because we traded 51 and we got 10 and 40 from New Orleans. I'm super intrigued about what they can do at 40, just to be honest with you. Because I think they can do a lot. Carmen says I could have most of the players on the team in my 20s. Uh-oh, okay then.
Oh.
All right. We're going to leave that alone. All right. What does half mean? Right. Here's Jack. Jack says, Jack got that weird energy this morning. He says, dominating the news for all the wrong reasons. What a dumbass trade for our Grizz.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. And he says, and thanks for starting the show with sports. Hope y'all take calls. No. We're not. Sorry, Jack, does that happen? Because y'all energy bad, man. Look how you talking, Jack. Look how you talking, Jack. What make you think we're finna talk to you? Please don't tell me Mark contributed to that title.
Yes.
He did. What he was like.
He played.
His defense was good as hell in the playoffs.
They were not winning that title.
Nah, didn't have Mark, they wouldn't have won.
Without Mark.
Mark had Embiid super frustrated. No, he had Mark. He had Embiid frustrated. In the,
made him cry off the court.
Mark
literally.
At that time still was a great defender. Let me see. What else we got? Rated R Superstar says, I've never seen a fan base that makes mediocre players untradeable. They rather keep mediocre players at the expense of building a championship-level team. JV was never a part of the Grizzlies' future, especially if you eventually want Jaren to be the starting center. It's maddening when fans say you can't trade JV, Melton, Grayson, and Conchar. We do go deep. I don't think they go Conchar deep, but our fans do go deep as far as untradeable dudes. Here's the thing. I'm not going to come in here and crap on JV like, oh, get him out of here. Like, he didn't. Like, JV was good. And
he served the role. Mm-hmm. Like, we saw, again, and we go back towards this season where we was like weighing whether to trade JV or not, and like as soon as like we had that conversation, like we saw his value, like of literally bringing the Grizzlies offense out of the dust when it looked like they had no offense at all. And so like this hurts right now because you know the type of production that he brought to the court, but looking at it from a future standpoint down the line, Steven Adams' contract is about to come up. Eric Bledsoe, how you going to figure out how his deal is going to shape out, his contract is about to come up, or it's about to be not a lot of money next year if we decide to keep him. And then on top of that, man, we in the top 10 of the draft, man. This is a loaded draft class. And we get one of the first 10 players of this draft. Not to mention of, like Steven said about Kevin O'Connor, being able to trade up again and then getting another first-round pick in 2022. Like, they did the best that they did that they could, and I think they killed it.
JV is a good player. I think he's a arguably top 10 center, but like I said, he's 29. Most of this core is 21, 22, 23. When Ja and those guys come to their prime, JV's going to be probably at the end of his career. So whether they do it now or did it later, eventually he wasn't in their long-term plans. And I think people are just a little low on Steven Adams personally. I'm not saying he's
Right.
as good, but at his peak, just like 2 seasons ago, this guy was averaging 14 and 10. He's playing with another pass first point guard like Josh, so.
Right.
I don't think he'll be JV, but I'm not. It's not like we went from JV to. I'm not going to. They got a starting center back.
And he does a lot of the things that I know our fans will be excited about. I mean, he's going to be out there looking like a wrestler. And that's what our fans like, dudes who just wild and rebound and play defense. And that's all it's all he does. He just goes out there, he hustles. And here's another thing. I'm going to read Carmen's sister clarification. She said that her original text said I could have most of the players on the team in my 20s. She said that she meant giving birth to.
Oh.
It means they're old enough to be. They're old enough to be. She's old enough for them to be her sons. So I was like, okay, got you. I'm glad you cleaned it up. Rated R Superstar says JV served a role in playing for a team that played in the play-in game for the playoffs. He's a situational center. He's archaic in the new NBA. So Rated R Superstar, you just going in on JV. I can't get with that.
I can't go that far. I can't go that
here's
far.
the thing with JV, and I'll say this to kind of set it up. JV, regardless of how good JV was, if you just look at his black and white numbers, JV was a guy who can give you 17 and 10. That was his averages. Double machine. Made a lot of parlays that I participated in easy. You knew you were going to get an astronomical amount of rebounds and at least 15 points from JV. You could put that in any parlay. Shout out to him for that. But you felt the whole time like what JV was doing was counterproductive to the Grizzlies' long-term goal. It seemed like the way that he scored wasn't the way that the Grizzlies wanted to score. Wasn't the way they wanted to play. And yes, it helped us a lot. It helped his team a lot. But you weren't going to win a championship in the next few years off of Jonas Valanciunas being your second best player. How do I know that? Because JV was useless in the playoffs. Well, he was absolutely useless in the playoffs. Let's just be honest about that whole thing. And if you want to pull the covers back a little bit, I was told that there was a lot of discontent. Like, fans were frustrated about stuff they were seeing Jaren do. But I was told that there was more discontent with stuff that JV was doing opposed to what the situation we saw when Jaren was struggling. And am I going to act like JV couldn't have contributed? Yes. I'm not going to act like that. But he clearly wasn't a part of their future. He's up to be a free agent this summer. The Grizzlies said, hey, instead of even playing around with this whole thing, let me let y'all know we're not re-signing Jonas Valanciunas. We're not going to pay him again. We're going to save this money to pay other players. Or possibly pursue other players. That's the right move. You go out, you get Steven Adams, who's a lesser version of JV offensively, but does all the things he does dirty work-wise and more. He's going to be a better defender than JV. And another thing about Steven Adams, it's not going to be that big of a deal. If Steven Adams comes off the bench, he ain't going to be tripping about it.
No.
At least you assume that he's not.
So, Steven Adams signed an extension with the Pelicans. I think that's the part that I'm missing with Adams.
This is his last year.
You sure? No, he signed an extension.
When?
Last season. They gave him an extension. The Pelicans gave him.
But I thought it was only a 1-year extension for this year coming up. Double check his contract.
I could be wrong.
Let me do my Googles.
I could be wrong. But I legit thought that the Pelicans
Adams is a high-level, energy defender type dude. And that's all you need, either playing alongside Jaren or backing up Jaren Jackson Jr. You know what I mean? Either if Adams is your starting center, you're fine. Because, the way that JV scored, like I said, he got his buckets, but JV wasn't. They were going counter to what they want to do offensively with Jaren, with JV being a part of the team long term. And you weren't your ceiling was set with JV being your center because he's not that style of play. That's just not it anymore. You're not feed the hand offense. That's not it for today's NBA. So I didn't realize that at all. I thought it was I thought this was his final year on his contract. I guess they did extend him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a 2-year deal though. Just 2-year extension.
Yeah. So I'm cool with it. If you have Adams this year on the books for this year, next year, I'm fine with it. He's the highest paid player on the team right now, but that will all soon change once either Jaren gets extended or this year or next. So, but man, I'm down for. We haven't even talked draft picks yet. I don't even want to get that excited at this point. You know what I mean? Because, bro, like, here's the thing. You are in a situation where you made the playoffs. And I remember saying, man, I want to make the playoffs, but I also want to get the best draft pick that I can get. You know, that's where I was. And then to make the playoffs, get the joy of making the playoffs, get the joy of selling T-shirts because we made the playoffs. I'm talking about me. I can't speak for y'all. I'm speaking for me. The joy of making the playoffs, the excitement, all those things, the buzz, the coverage, the people talking about your team, your players, Dylan Brooks, in playoff Dylan, all those type of things. To get that and still end up with a better draft pick than you would have got if you didn't make the playoffs. It's a win, man.
It's easily a win.
It's extreme. You still can do that, and not only get a pick that's better than you would have got, but legit be in a position where you can draft. You have the position to draft your third superstar. If you look at the draft over the last probably 10 years, there are a ton of guys taken at the 10th spot. Between 10 and 15, 10 and 20, 10 and whatever, that have been all-star level players.
If you hit it right, you can get.
You can find a star. It's not as easy to find one at 17, but if you got 10, there are good chances you can find a star. But I will tell you an alarming stat. My good friend Cam Rose dropped a stat on me. One time, last week I believe. Give y'all something to think about. We talk about guys that are, stars or star level potential, or you get up to a certain draft range to get certain dudes. You know what I mean? Like you get in the top 4, you can get, one of the guys. Those guys this year are Cade Cunningham, Green, Mobley, Suggs. Those are the 4 guys everybody puts in the top 4. A sad reality about the NBA draft is one of those dudes ain't gonna be good. You know what I mean?
That's the unfortunate
If you go look at every draft, it's always your top 4, your 5, your surefire guys. 1 or 2 of those dudes are not gonna be good. But it's always a dude in that top 10 range that wasn't in the top 4 that should have been in the top 4. The Grizzlies have an opportunity to draft that guy or move up and get an even better guy. Big Man says, what do y'all think about Josh Giddey? He says, I looked at videoing him and he could be special. Super young. I think he would be, I think he's 18 right now.
Yeah.
He's like a legit 6'9".
Yeah. But
I'm curious about the fit alongside Ja, because everybody says he's like a traditional point guard. So, I mean, it's not like 2 point guards couldn't work. But is it going to be a situation where if they select him, is Ja going to be off the ball more? Like, I'll be interested. That's a lot of playmaking. So, I would guess all the people around them would, thrive. But I would wonder how that would impact Ja, though.
I heard Giddey compared to being a regular speed Kyle Anderson.
Or what do we call him? A bigger Ricky Rubio?
I call him 6'9" Ricky Rubio.
I saw Joe Ingles comparison.
Yeah, I heard Joe Ingles.
So he's all right.
He's a streaky shooter. Apparently, great playmaker. From what I've read, has good defensive potential. So I mean, he's an intriguing prospect for sure. But I think the Grizzlies just need another bucket.
He's a 6'9" international player. He's 18 years old. He can get to the basket now. He's still developing his jump shot. Silly of me to think that I would bet on an international player developing a jump shot. But I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
Everybody ain't Ben Simmons now.
I'm saying I expect silly of me to expect him to. I do. I expect him to get. I expect his jump shot to come around. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think the Giddey stuff is real. I don't think that the Grizzlies really. I don't think they made this deal like, yeah, we're going to draft Josh Giddey at 10. I think he's their safety valve. If no one else they want is available, they will take Giddey. But I don't think he's the guy that they went after because it's hard to find a mock where he's not available.
Right. And see, I love the smoke screen after the trade because it was like one said. I think Wasserman said Josh Giddey. It was like, I'm not too happy about that. But then Gavoni comes back 2 minutes later saying, well, they had workouts with Moody. They had an interview with Bouknight. And they
same dude who just said Giddey. He comes back and he says.
No, different dude. Gavoni.
No, it was. Gavoni said.
He said it?
He said Giddey too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, then he said they had a secret workout with them with Moody.
And what, in L.A. or something?
Out in L.A. had a interview with Bouknight, and then what was it? They're studied up on Jonathan Kuminga, And then another one said like Zaire Williams could be where the Grizzlies could pick up. I was
I'm not buying that
like,
one,
I was like, I love this smoke screen that the Grizzlies are putting on, man.
I'm all in on Moody.
I like Moody too.
If he's available at 10, I think that should be the move for the Grizzlies.
I'm cool with Moody. I'm a book night guy. I like book night.
I like Book Night too.
I'm gonna have to look him up more. Didn't UConn have another guard with like play with a
Jeremy Lamb? We talked about him yesterday.
Jeremy Lamb.
It was somebody else.
Kimball Walker, Shabazz Napier.
I'm out. That's all I need to
do. Like I am not going to accept this reality of Book Night being Jeremy Lamb. I cannot.
I'm not even talking about Lamb. Y'all remember the short point guard that played with Napier? They had two small guards.
Yeah, Ryan Boatwright.
Yeah, okay, that's who I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were talking about okay. All right. I was just about to be out on it.
One of my homies love Jeremy Lamb. Swear he's one of the most underrated players in the NBA.
He from Memphis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
No,
of course.
man.
If those of you who don't know, if you journey into Grizzlies Facebook, you will see a ton of Jeremy Lamb apologists who love Jeremy Lamb. They love what's his name? Gerald Green.
Gerald Green. They love Gerald Green.
Those
man.
are the 2K superstars, man. You Jeremy Lamb or Gerald Green, like in the old 2Ks.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm gonna tell you us was like stupid cold on 2K, bro. If you ever had him on your team, put that dude in and get some center minutes. He gonna look like Jordan, playing center. What's his name, bro? Thon Maker, bro. Ridiculous. Thon Maker
on 2K, I can see it.
Yeah, bro. Thon Maker was ridiculous on 2K. Like he could get to the basket, he could dribble. Oh man, it was wild stuff for sure with Thon Maker on 2K. But the Grizzlies, I like the deal, man. Like I'm not mad at the deal at all. Like and we'll talk about potential guys that we can see the Grizzlies possibly traded up for, or even possibly being available at 10. I just think they're in a great spot, man. Because even if they don't move up at all, I think you could get a great player at 10 that can be a day one starter on his team to play either small forward or the 2, because Dylan can be either one. We saw Dylan play the 2 and the 3 last season. So I think either if you draft a 2 or a 3, you're fine. I'm just super excited because it seems like they are dead focused on getting another wing player and the star level player. It seems like they don't just want a role player. They want a guy who they think could be a star.
They want a 3-and-D guy.
They want a guy who they think could be a star. Because even Moody, who's like textbook 3-and-D guy, he looks like Chris Middleton level 3-and-D and not what's the guy's name used to play here? James Ennis 3-and-D. You know what I mean? Like I think the Moody can be an all-star level wing. He's 6'6", super long wingspan. He plays like a mature player, and he's only 18, 19 years old. I love Moody. We'll talk about this as the show goes on. As I said, we do have my friend Sam Amicos coming on with us at 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then we have Isaac Simpson, who's been grinding. Oh, man. Isaac has just been Isaac Van Drafton is who he's been. No, what was the guy's Isaac Yankum was the dentist, right?
I think so.
The wrestler, yeah. He's been Isaac Drafton the last few weeks. I'm proud of Isaac. He's been doing his thing, getting a ton of information, a ton of interviews out. He's going to join us at 9 to share his thoughts. I know it's going to be a good interview. We'll have that and more on Sports 56 Mornings.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off of Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Tuesday chicken fried steak. Yum! Fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $7.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $9.99, and veggie plate, $8.95. big fat boy portions, man.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Mondays karaoke, Tuesdays Debbie Jameson, Wednesdays Elmo and the Shades, Thursdays Eddie Smith, and the best Memphis music all weekend at Neil's Bar and Grill.
Where the fat man rocks.
Magic in Memphis. Excellence delivered. Where the world comes to showdown. To be the king of Grind City. Today's stars, tomorrow's legends. Taking care of business. Compete to conquer the world. Don't miss the World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational. August 5th through 8th. For more information, visit WGCFedEx.com.
Hey, Mid-South, it's time to trade up at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah during the Trade Up to a Kia sales event. Hey, what's happening over there, Jeff Allen?
We got it going on, and we're ready to help you trade up to your next Kia. I've got a 2022 Kia Soul, not a lease, and 0.9% APR, $289 a month. 2022 Kia Sportage, 0% APR, and only $365 a month. And if you want American-made, we got it with 2022 Kia K5 now, $374 a month.
Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All $29.99 down payment, 60 months, sold in 715-0981, 0.9% MSRP, $20,685. Sportage in 79.79, 540, 0% MSRP, $26,060. K5 NGO 95054, 0.9% MSRP, $25,840. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/31/2021. Dealer stock only. Must finance through Kia on APR offer.
Cypress View Golf and Recreation in Marion, Arkansas. Cypress View Golf and Recreation is fun for your entire family. Accepting new memberships now. Call about the new intro price. Only $199 per month plus tax. Includes unlimited golf, state-of-the-art new workout room, kiddie pool for the kids, Olympic-sized pool for the entire family to enjoy, and a great pub and steak bar. Cypress View Golf and Recreation has a new golf pub with tons of new food items for breakfast and lunch. Choose from Philly steak cheese sandwiches, homemade fresh hand-patted burgers, and Nathan's hot dogs, flatbreads, quesadillas, summer salads, and more. Take advantage of new memberships of unlimited golf, only $199 plus tax. Call Pro Mark today for your new membership at 870-739-6305. Come be a part of a great golf family. Get away from stress at Cypress View, just over the river.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Thought is you, the things you do seem so satisfying to me. I must confess it, girl. When I like it.
Back on Sports 56 Mornings. Steven Johnson from the Daily Memphis is co-hosting with me today. We got Zach across the glass. We've been talking about the Grizzlies trade, the good, the bad of it. I think that we're all pretty good on it. Steven likes it. Zach likes it. I love it. And we'll talk about that and more for the rest of the day today. You guys can definitely get in touch with us via the phone line, 901-360-8255. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to get on the air. Matter of fact, I highly doubt that you'll get on the air today. I'll just be honest with you. But we would love to hear your thoughts. Talk to Zach. Tell Zach about it. He'll tell us what you think. And the only reason why I'm not opening up the phone lines is because I know y'all are going to be super emotional. Y'all haven't taken time to really think about this. So I don't want to hear the Grizzlies are going to be terrible. The Pelicans are going to kill us. Because I can tell you why the Pelicans aren't going to be good because of this trade. You want to know why?
They're going to spend a whole lot of money in free agency, man.
No, if the Pelicans are smart, they won't go after Kyle Lowry.
Ugh.
They'll re-sign their guys.
They should keep Lonzo.
They said it's a wrap for Lonzo. Everything I've been reading.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But there shouldn't be a wrap for Lonzo. You should let Lonzo be your full-time point guard because Heaven Bledsoe, that was crazy. But they had to go through the politics of it.
Right.
Let Lonzo be your full-time point guard. Go out of free agency and just get guys. Do what Atlanta did. I can't believe I'm praising Atlanta, but go do what Atlanta did. But Atlanta just did too much for me. They just did, bro, y'all did too much to be mediocre. And yeah, they had the Eastern Conference run. They will not be back next year. They'll be regulars and mugs next year. So But the Pelicans need to just go get some dudes. Just go sign some free agents. If they for as much however cap they got, just go get some dudes, bro. You ain't gotta go get Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry ain't going in there. No way. Just go get some dudes. That's my opinion for the Pelicans. But this is why I don't think things are just gonna be great for the Pelicans. JV scores his buckets around the rim.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Do you want Zion taking less shots because JV's there? You know what I mean?
So it's either Jonas is staying there to play there up until the trade deadline,
it's gonna be some frustration.
they're flipping him on like some type of draft day deal.
It's gonna be some frustration because the Grizzlies, we let JV do his thing. We let him score the way JV likes to score.
Yeah.
Even though it seemed like the time JV was in the way. JV is like legit gonna be in the way with the Pelicans.
I'm not sure what type of center do you need to put besides Zion. Do y'all really think?
A stretch.
A stretch
not to
five.
get too
True
long,
stretch.
so
A true stretch. One that can defend. He's got to be able to defend. Got to be able to guard pick and rolls. Because Zion definitely can.
Man, I really don't want to give the Pelicans ideas of who they should go after. But I mean, you give a phone call to
the Pacers.
Miles Turner.
Yeah.
See what's the price on Miles Turner?
That would be a good fit.
I hate giving them ideas, man. But that's
they don't
That's
care.
all not gonna do.
Because they don't let talking about JVs. They got a floor stretcher. You got a what?
Because he shot 36% from three last season.
He took like
so.
2 of them a game.
Yeah.
No, they don't. I don't think they understand what they're getting in JV, bro. Like, JV is gonna be in the way in New Orleans. Like he's going to be in the way.
That's gonna be fun to watch JV just waving off Zion.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, move, get out the way. I got this.
Brandon Ingram and Zion get in each other's way right now. Like they're in each other's way. Like they score in the same area. They're not the same type of player, but they score in the same area.
Yeah.
And you gonna throw JV in there too?
It's gonna be a mess.
Hey, have fun. Like I have fun. I mean, I'm glad because I love the trade. And then when you guys telling me that we get Adams for 2 years, I'm like, yeah, it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about paying him until down the line. At that point, if you do pay him, he's going to be established. He's a role player. I'm not a starter.
Right.
I'm not a part of the future. You weren't getting there with JV. JV wants to be starting center for the Memphis Grizzlies.
And then looking at it from like a roster standpoint, you just need a serviceable big. You don't really need a JV type of player.
No.
At this point, we're just trying to load up on wings, very good wing players, so that our big can just like, all right, we just set screens and get rebounds. Like we really don't need you to score unless you're like close to the basket. We're throwing up lobs to you. But other than that,
and we know Steven Adams can do that. I just want Grizzlies fans to know, okay, JV was 17 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
If
we didn't need JV to be 17 and 12.
Yeah, so I mean, Steven Adams might be 12 and 9. I don't think that's not going to drop the Grizzlies from whatever they were at to the bottom of the Western Conference or something like that. You know, it puts a little more pressure on Jaren, who I think the whole city's going to be watching Jaren this year regardless.
Anyway.
But
they got to lay off of Jaren, man.
So, yeah, man, like I said, the Grizzlies, they replaced a good center with a starting center. They don't have a bum. They have a guy that I think fits them, and, of course, they could easily move them. You know, who knows? Somebody like Brooklyn might need him at the trade deadline before the playoffs. So, you know, the Grizzlies are in a good spot.
Yeah. We about to go to break. That wasn't in response to you, Steven. Texas says, got 2 texts that we'll address. Number 1 is Tyus Jones out. No, we'll talk about that when we come back from the break. Texas says the Pelicans just moved ahead of the Grizzlies in the playoffs. No, the hell they
No, they did not.
They didn't. I'm sorry.
No.
They didn't. They
You
didn't.
tried it.
Our fans are weird, man. Our fans are weird. I don't think people understand that the Pelicans were trash for the last 2 years.
They were not good, and everybody had
They beat
them.
us. Yeah, and they think because they beat us, no, they're not on the verge of anything. This team needs shooting. They didn't need another center in the way of getting in Zion's way. Like Zion and JV could score in the same area. JV is gonna be super frustrated there, probably. He's gonna be super frustrated, bro. I'm telling you, he's not gonna like being in New Orleans because he's like, okay, I can't score, I can't be me. I'm just kind of out here. I'm telling you, you're gonna see
Just
JV.
vibing,
He's gonna be out there vibing. He ain't gonna like it. When we come back, my good friend Sam Amico of HoopsWire.com has been in the game for a long time, knows the NBA inside and out. He covers the Cleveland Cavaliers up close and personal as well. We gotta get that pick off of them, man.
Run that pick off.
We're gonna get Sam to go ahead and drop that pick off while he's on the air. We'll talk to him and more. Sports 56 Mornings.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
The best golfers in the world are coming to Memphis for the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM will be broadcasting live at TPC Southwind throughout the day, Wednesday through Friday of the tournament week, keeping you up to date with the latest tournament news while talking with players and officials. Our coverage from TPC Southwind on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM is brought to you by Family Leisure, Gateway Tire, Automatic Air, and Guns and Ammo.
Speaking of golf, this is Marty Fulton. You probably remember me from Holiday Golf, Whispering Woods, or Plantation. I'm a PGA Life member, and over the years I found whenever I advised Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark Spensdorf about his golf game, whether it was about equipment or his swing, invariably he still couldn't hit the ball out of a paper bag, mainly because he spent so much time selling homes. That's why people often say, when you want the job done, you call Sheldon.
Thanks, Marty. That's right. I spend far too much time on my house game than on my golf game. I tell people that they need to talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and make sure that I am one of them. They need to find out the difference in what others do and my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option. If you or someone you know is thinking of selling their home, have them contact me, Sheldon Rosengarten, at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now.
It's time to trade up to a Kia sales event at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. Get up and go in a 2021 Kia Rio 41 MPG Highway 0% and $239 a month. 2021 Kia Forte 0% and $268 a month. And get all-weather rugged and ready in 2022 Seltos $334 a month. Plus peace of mind with Kia's 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get top dollar for your Kia trade today and trade up at Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike, or shop online 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J and he'll put you in a new Kia today. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars. All $29.99 due at signing. Rio Forte 60 months at 0%. Rio ME 403.610. MSRP 17,315. Forte ME 379,469. MSRP 19,040. Seltos N 724 718 66 months at 1.9%. MSRP 24,110. Includes all rebates and incentives. DF 695 must finance with KMF or low APR. Excludes tax file and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/2/2021. Dealer stock only.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, we're working a new accident on I-55 south of 3rd Street. The left lane is blocked. That's I-55 at 3rd Street. The left lane is blocked. We're still working the vehicle that is on fire. Hopefully it should be extinguished by now. Out in Crittenden County, I-40 westbound near mile marker 272. Right lane is blocked, so hopefully the fire is out for the vehicle. But we probably still might be dealing delays with that. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Hour number 2, Sports 56 Mornings. Anthony Sane. I've got my boy Steven Johnson of the Daily Memphian joining with me. Guest hosting with me this week. Guest hosting with me today. Guest Jack across the glass. Shout out to all y'all who are listening, all y'all who are texting in, all y'all that are hitting us up on social media. I got people surprised to hear that Steven Adams is younger than JV. Yes, he is.
I told y'all.
I want to say they went in the same draft, though, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but yeah, JV, he's a year older than Steven Adams. Steven Adams just looks old because he grows his hair to look nasty. But he's younger than JV. Yes, and he's here you got him for 2 more years. So if you do re-sign him 2 years from now, you're talking about a much cheaper deal than what you would get JV for because he's a true role player. He comes in, he just wants to do his role. He's not trying to
break the bank.
Yeah, he's not trying to break the bank, and he's not trying to get buckets. Like JV wants to be 20 and 10. You know what I mean? He wants to be that guy. Shout out to the Pelicans for facilitating that trade for us. I think we won the hell out this trade. Like I don't understand how fans don't see that. Like because we haven't talked about draft prospects at all. Like we haven't. Like there's some guys out there that could be superstars in the league that are available in the range of 6 through 10. Yeah. I don't really think our fans get it. And I know one guy that does get it, and we'll be able to talk more about this deal. It's a good friend of mine, Sam Amico, covers the NBA for HoopsWire.com, and he joins us now. Sam, what's going on, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good. It's good to hear you, man.
Anthony, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Steven's laughing because I mocked your voice before you came on, and you sound exactly like what I did.
Kermit the Frog? Is it Kermit the Frog? Is that the voice you're doing?
I said, Sam.
I wouldn't be upset.
I said, guarantee you, Sam's going to sound just like this, and he's laughing because you do actually sound that way.
Well, I'm glad I didn't disappoint.
Sam, you're a smart guy. You've been around the game for a while. I say sometimes you're an older, whiter version of me because your hustle mentality is impressive. I watch how you grind. I see how you're independent-minded when it comes down to things that you do, and I really look up to you as one of my mentors from afar and up close. But Sam, what were your thoughts on the trade when you saw it pop across the Twitter wire yesterday?
Well, first of all, Anthony, I'm honored to hear you say that, and I hope you do a lot better than I've done, and I think you will. But anyway, I was a little surprised, because not surprised from the Pelicans standpoint of we knew that those were guys they were looking to move, right, in Adams and Bledsoe. But I thought it was I heard you, and I it was a good deal for the Grizzlies in the sense that, first of all, you're even talking about the draft specs and moving into the top 10 in the draft, I think is big. Steven Adams said is not going to be a guy who looks to get his at all. He's, as his numbers, he's going to be more of a hustle type guy, and everybody knows who's watched the game knows what he can do. He sets some nasty picks. He can score in terms of rolling to the basket and getting feeds for guards. So I think he's actually going to be a benefit there, Adam. So the other thing I know about him is I think he's one of 11 kids, Steven Adams, and his sister is an Olympic hammer thrower.
Wow. So
he comes from a long line of family members who are probably built just like him. But, yeah, so in terms of how he helps there, I think I know people like JVS, but I just think that Adams, it's all about fit in the NBA. Mm-hmm. It's everybody's super talented, but how do you fit and what's the chemistry like? And I think that the Memphis Grizzlies got better yesterday. I really believe that.
Man, I'm glad you said that because there are so many people thinking we took a step back. I'm not sure about that, man. I think that we got better defensively, especially if you keep Bledsoe. Bledsoe hangs around. You got better defensively. Adams makes you better in your starting five if you decide to start him. He allows you to be able to start Jaren with a great security net. If you want to start Jaren at the 5, if Jaren comes out there fouling everybody, if he comes out there getting killed, you can put Steven Adams in. You know what I mean? And you're fine.
Yeah.
You can move Jaren back down to the 4 or whatever you need to do. I think the Grizzlies got better, man. And then you're going to get a top 10 player in this draft who's a guy who you're drafting to be in your starting lineup. So I think they got better. I don't understand why people think otherwise, but I'm glad to hear you say that you believe the Grizzlies got better after this trade.
Yeah, people don't like change, it seems, a lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So,
Sam, so who do you think the Grizzlies should target with the pick at number 10 now?
boy, you know, it seems to be fluctuating as it always does before the draft. You know, it's like, okay, here's my mock draft on Monday. Now all of a sudden it's Tuesday at noon, and it looks completely different after those top 3 or 4 guys. You know, even Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga, who was, you know, everybody's saying, okay, he's going 4th to the Raptors. Now we're hearing Keon Johnson from Tennessee might be moving up. You know, so it'd be nice if Johnson fell to them. I don't think he's gonna. But, you know, there are a lot of names there in terms of, like, we're hearing James Bouknight, who's obviously a guard. I'm not saying the Grizzlies should target him, but he's a guy who could drop down to 10. Davion Mitchell from Baylor. You know, at number 10, you probably aren't going to draft as much for need as you're going to just say, you know what, this guy is the best guy. Let's take him and let it sort itself out in training camp. You know, because you can never have too much talent. If you have, you know, say you have 6 guards, then you're probably that are real talented. Then you're probably going to run into some issues. But if you have 3 or 4, you're going to be okay. So my point is that I think the Grizzlies are probably going to lean. There's a lot of guards at that spot, point guards, and shooting guards, and they could probably. You know, if it can land a nice shooting guard, it could end up. He's a guy. Whoever is drafted at 10 could end up being a starter.
Yeah, that's what we feel here as well. That they're about to draft someone who's either going to play the 2 or the 3, with Dylan Brooks being pretty interchangeable at either position. You live in the Cleveland area. You cover Cleveland up close. You're not on their beat or anything, but you definitely are close enough to know things that are going on in that Cleveland area. Those guys are slated at 3. There's been some debate on whether or not Houston is going to go Jalen Green or Evan Mobley, or there could be some trades or whatever might happen. What do you think Cleveland will end up doing with their pick? Do you think that, or do you think that pick is available to possibly be traded?
I think that they've tried to, you know, they've talked trades with some people, both trying to move up to number 1, which, you know, a lot of teams try to do, and they were shot down. And the Cavs, and I think a few like Orlando and Toronto have both tried to move up to 3, but I think ultimately the Cavs are going to keep that pick. And you know, we're hearing everything we've heard so far is the draft, the mystery of the draft starts at 2. The Pistons are probably going to almost positive going to take Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State. So that leaves what we're hearing is either Mobley or Jalen Green, which I think both will be fantastic pros at 2. So the mystery starts with Houston at 2. And as far as the Cavs, I think if Houston takes, let's just say they take Green, right now everybody's projecting the draft's going to go Cunningham, Green, and then the Cavs would take Mobley. They like the idea of pairing Mobley and Jared Allen, kind of a, you know, old school Twin Towers kind of front court. I just don't know. You know, is that a great idea? I don't know. But I think the big thing with the Cavs, of course, is, you know, all the talk of Colin Sexton, who is very available in trades, and anything can happen with your pick. If you're looking to move your leading scorer, they're looking to shake it up a little bit. And I think that'd be interesting. But I think the draft's going to go Cunningham, Green, Mobley, if you're asking me for a prediction.
Back to another Cavaliers question. There's been a lot of talk about Sexton possibly being on the move. Who do you think is a better fit going forward at that point guard position for Cleveland? Is it Sexton or is it Garland?
I tell you what, I love both players. They both, they get downhill fast.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that they're a fit next to each other. Again, we're talking about fit. I personally, and I think that the Cavs, and if you ask players around the league, as good as Sexton is, more people are people are bigger on Garland because he's more of a true point guard. Sexton does one thing, and he does it very well, and that's put the ball in the basket. He reminds me of a Jordan Clarkson, a Lou Williams. He's probably going to be a guy on a winning team that you want almost as your spark plug off the bench because he's a unique kind of guy. But I think when Garland, there were a few games last year that Sexton was injured. I think he missed 12 games. And the games that Sexton was out, Garland really, really shined. And I think that showed that, you know what, they're both good guys, they're good players, but they just don't work next to each other that well. You're not going to win a lot if that's your. And I mean, they're both like 6'1", so that's an issue. But I think the Cavs figured that out, and it's like these guys don't fit next to each other as good as Sexton is, and we don't want to pay him a max contract. The problem the Cavs have had is the minute LeBron James left, Sexton got drafted, and they treated him like the face of the franchise. Well, if you're going to treat a guy like the face of the franchise, you're going to pay him like one, and he's probably not a number one option on a team that's in contention. Right. So I think that they're going to. I personally like Garland better as a player, and I think the Cavs feel the same way.
Sam, going back to the Grizzlies, also a part of the deal, they moved up in the second round, I think from 51 to 40. I guess in that second round, do you think this is a deep draft class with the Grizzlies where that move can be significant and they could maybe get somebody down the line that can contribute at 40?
That's a great question because I was just running through some of the second round picks, particularly in this draft, who could help people, and I think that's a nice deal. People brush off second round picks, but look, the MVP of the NBA was a second round pick. Nikola Jokic was a second round pick. And you talk about guys like Draymond Green and Manu Ginobili and going out through history. I actually did a story on the website the other day strictly about second round picks, like in the last, I think it was like 7-10 years, just how many really good players came out, especially as you mentioned in that like 30 to 45 range. You can get guys who come in and contribute. And I think, isn't there some players on the Grizzlies that were second round picks that are contributors now? I don't know.
You got Dylan Brooks. I want to say DeAnthony Melton was. Xavier Tillman. Bain was 30 in the draft. He went 30th. So we got a lot of guys a lot of second round.
Those are all very nice players. I mean, those are good pros who are good contributors. I mean, especially we've all seen Brooks. So I think that pick at 40 is very underrated and can turn out to be very valuable.
As someone who covers the NBA, Sam, what's your overall opinion of what the Grizzlies front office has been doing, what they're doing, this team, and just their perspectives as being a potential, contender going forward?
I think it's been very good, and I know, look, fans are going to be like, "What are you talking about?" But you look at the team, and it's taking the natural strides with a future all-star, superstar type point guard in Morant. So. And I like Jackson when he's healthy. I think you have your building blocks. Right now, what they have to do is, and which they're willing to do, they need to explore deals that they think are going to make them better. They moved up in the draft. They got a center who, to me, is, again, he's going to be a better fit there. Ask Kevin Durant or James Harden or Russell Westbrook what Steven Adams can do. I mean, he does all the little things. And he's one of those guys, to me, that I've seen that always, if you're the opposing team, he's just one of those guys who annoys you. It's like, this guy's not supposed to be able to do that. He'll come out and do things to help you win. So I think the front office has this team on the right path. It's just a matter of, what's the next big move that's going to put them over the top. And they don't need to figure that out this summer, because they're still a younger team that's growing. But at some point, you want to find kind of that, and maybe he's already on the roster, but you want to find, or maybe he's in the draft, wing player, small forward, shooting guard type who can, pair with Morant and really kind of take you to that next level. And they've got a couple years to do that. But I think they took some good steps on the court this last season.
I totally agree with you as well. Sam, as far as the top 10 is concerned, I know that you've been looking at these guys for a while now. I'm not trying to age you, but I know you've been looking at the guys for a while. What guys in the top 10 are you that have been given top 10 hype? It can be as many as you want to list, but guys that you are afraid of, that you don't see the hype and you think they have more bust potential than they have star potential.
First of all, you're right. It's okay. You're not calling me out because I am old. But secondly, I hate to call guys potentially bust, but Scotty Barnes scares me a little bit from Florida State. I think he could go either way. I think he could be a surprise pick, but they always call it boom or bust. I think he's one of those guys because he doesn't really have a position. He reminds me a little bit of, if you guys go way back, remembering Derek Williams was the number 2 pick in 2011.
Yeah. You guys drafted him, right? Cleveland took
Minnesota.
Minnesota did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to you guys. He was because it was when Cleveland first lost LeBron. He was like, if y'all want LeBron back, draft me. I remember that was his thing.
Right. And they took Kyrie Irving, and he went second. But there was a lot of debate. And that's kind of Scotty Barnes to me. I hope for his sake I'm wrong, but he reminds me a little bit of just kind of that tweeter who doesn't really have a position. And as far as I think there's some guys who are vastly under. You know what? Another guy who kind of scares me is Jalen Suggs. I love watching.
I'm
the guy.
with you on that, man.
But again, there's things about him that kind of remind me. I mean, he's going to be a decent pro. I don't think he's going to stink. But he kind of reminds me of his game. Kind of reminds me of Josh Hart from the Pelicans. Who's a nice player, right?
That's a big fall off, man. That's a big fall off.
That's not somebody you drafted for,
right?
I mean, but I love the kid, and I hope he has. I hope he's successful, but that's. I'm just giving you. You asked me for guys that I think could potentially be,
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but I would take Suggs. I think that in spite of that feeling, I would take him because I think he has a huge upside, and he could be one of those type of players, a better version of Kyle Lowry, more athletic version of Kyle Lowry too. So he's got a huge upside. But those would probably be the two that I'm kind of like, maybe they're not going to turn out as well as everybody thinks. And I see Jalen Johnson from Duke has been climbing a little bit, and to me, I saw him play a few times, and I'm kind of wondering why. It's like, did he have great individual workouts or what? I mean, Duke didn't even make the tournament this year. And the times I saw him play, I put it this way, I don't even remember him. I watched Duke like 3 or 4 times, and I don't remember Jalen Johnson, but he's supposed to be a top 10 pick. So I guess we'll see.
Sam, what do you think is, man, what was I about to ask you? Did you have something, Steve?
I'm supposed to be the old one.
yeah, man. The early morning still get to me. It was, that's it.
Okay.
When you said Jalen Johnson, there are guys that are saying that they are concerned. I know Cavani said it. Jonathan Cavani said it. Are there guys that you're concerned that are getting too much hype because these individual workouts and guys came back stronger and they look better physically and they're jumping higher and they're a little faster? Or you think there are guys that are getting too much love, whether it's the Zaire Williams of the world, the Trey Johnsons, whoever it is? Do you think that there are guys who are getting too much love because of after the basketball season is over type stuff, as opposed to the actual film and resume we have on these guys?
That's absolutely true. That does happen, and a lot of that is because of the agents. They will, they'll contact the writers and say, so and so had a great workout with the Warriors or whatever, and I mean, does anybody call you and tell you when they've had a terrible workout?
No.
So all we hear is
everybody
about their
looks
great
like
workout.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's hard to me. It's like, of course, I mean, they're playing one-on-none most of the time in these workouts, unless you're a potential second-round pick. But, I mean, you know, Jalen Green isn't going to his workouts and working out against people.
Mm-hmm.
He's going in there and shooting jumpers and doing 1-on-0 stuff, you know. So, I mean, you get a good sense of a player's athleticism if he can fill it up from the outside, you know, those kind of things. But you're not seeing a person, an individual in a team environment. You know, you're not seeing how they fit next to the rest of the guys. You're not seeing how they put that size and that athleticism and their skills to use against other guys who are already successful in the NBA and know tricks of the trade. The other thing too, you know, I talked to one GM probably about 2 weeks ago, and he said, you never know, no matter how good a player is, you'll never know, especially at their age, how young they are, 19, 20 years old, how a player is going to react and what he's going to do once you hand him what are these rookie contracts? $5 million a year, you know, $7 million a year. I can't imagine, and that's not a judgment statement, because I always tell people I can't imagine what would have happened to me if somebody had handed me $7 million at the age of 19.
Right.
You know, I sure wouldn't be on this show, and if I did, it would probably be from cell block C. You know, I mean, it's just, that's a tough combination. 19 years old, all that money, and they're telling you to, you know, you got to be a good guy, you got to say the right things in these interviews, you got to show up. There's a lot of pressure, and when you're that age, you know, you can buckle under that pressure. It's almost understandable. So you don't see that often, but I think, you know, here in Cleveland, I'll tell you an example of a guy who it just kind of got to, and he's a great guy, is Anthony Bennett, the number 1 pick overall.
Right.
The biggest bust of the last 30 years. Well, there were a lot of factors at play there. It wasn't just he didn't work very hard. He just kind of took the money and ran, you know, and you always have to be cognizant of that. And see that?
You still there, Sam? Oh, okay, you're there.
And coach is fired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's that?
Yeah, you were breaking up on this. The connection got bad.
So,
it seems like you're back now, though. Seems like you're back for sure. Final question for you, Sam, as we let you go. There's been a lot of talk that Jonathan Kuminga could move down. Like, teams are kind of maybe out on him, kind of skeptical about things about him. I think if the Grizzlies can trade up like they've been rumored to try to do, if you can land him, I would be extremely excited if we get a guy like him on draft night. Should I be excited or should I worry?
I think Kuminga is fantastic. I think he's kind of reminds me a little bit. I know this is everybody's saying this, but he reminds me a little bit of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's just that kind of athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He's a freakish athlete. He can shoot, fill it up. He's supposed to be a very good wing defender. You know, potentially the best wing in this draft. So. And I know he's worked out for the Cavs, the Warriors, the Magic, and I talked to the Cavs assistant GM, and he said, you know, we know what these individual workouts are like, but he really helped himself with us. He seemed like he has all the tools. So yeah, if he could, I have, you know, some people are telling me he's going to go 4, especially if the Raptors trade out of that pick, which they might do. I don't think he will. I think that Suggs is going to be a top 4 pick, and he'll probably go 4th. But I think Kuminga's, you know, right up there at number 5 or so. Right after that. So, yeah, I mean, that's one guy they could, you know, I don't think he's going to drop, obviously, that far. Like you said, the Grizzlies would probably have to trade up from 10. But, you know, there's so much talent. And I could be wrong about Barnes. You know, he would be a very nice pick. Keon Johnson, again, I mentioned him before. You know, and we hear about Moses Moody a little bit from Arkansas, who could potentially go up there. James Bouknight, from the shooting guard from UConn. He reminds me of a taller version of Sexton. You know, and there are some other guys there. I don't know that Franz Wagner from Michigan would be a fit, but he can fill it up. To me, he's one of those guys who's really made a name for himself during this kind of, hey, he looks great 1-on-0. And he had a nice run at Michigan, don't get me wrong, but I would just be leery of him when there are some other guys at that spot. So I think that the possibilities are endless. I think that they could very well, if not get an immediate starter at 10, they could get a guy who's going to come off the bench and be an immediate contributor in reserve.
Man, I'm excited to see it. Well, Sam, we appreciate you coming on with us today, brother. Have a good one, man.
I appreciate you, Sam.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for having me, Anthony. I'll be in Memphis in a couple months, so
we're going to kick him out. You got to hit the town with me, man.
I'll make sure you have me over for dinner.
Take Sam to love.
Take Sam to love for the all-white affair, all-black affair.
That's right. Yep. There you go.
All right, Sam, we appreciate you,
all right,
brother.
guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, I got a feeling that Sam probably wouldn't feel too out of place if he kicked it.
Man, there'll be some characters in love, man.
For sure. Hey, that's John Moran over there. Hey, I was trying to get an interview. Like, no,
how did John get it? Why is John here, man?
Nah, this ain't the place. He ain't ready for no interview, so this ain't it.
Man, it's just crazy, man, because the way Love is set up, everybody right there. Like, there's no VIP section where they're just like, you
right
walk by, oh, that's John. Oh, what up, bro?
In the building.
Get you another shot.
All right.
For sure. Hilarious. When we come back, we'll talk some Olympic stuff. Too many black queens just bailing out, man. We're losing our black queens daily in the Olympics. We're going to talk about that and the Aaron Rodgers news and more. Sports 56 Mornings.
Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy take you home with Sports Time on Sports 56, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Are you an HVAC installer that knows how to deliver great customer service? Are you running ductwork in new homes every day? Stop running all that ductwork and give your career a boost. It may be time to join the Conway Services team. Conway Services offers great benefits like health insurance, holiday pay, paid time off, 401k, and much more. Conway Services installers enjoy working with some of the newest tools, trucks, and equipment in the industry, which makes it easier to deliver that great customer service. And by the way, Conway Services has never laid off an HVAC installer. So if you're drug-free, with a clean criminal background, and a good driving record, we should talk. When you're a premier installer, you should be working for a premier service company. Do yourself and your family a favor and call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511, or go to our website at conwayservices.net.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today. At Southern Airways, we fly to make your day.
Memphis's hometown airline, Southern Airways, is offering a sizzling summer deal. For this July only, flights from Memphis to Harrison-Branson, Hot Springs, and El Dorado, Arkansas have a promotional fare starting at just $19. Fly over the interstate traffic and bypass the bridge delays on one of Southern's flights to Arkansas. Catch a concert in El Dorado, hit the lake in Hot Springs, or fly to Harrison and make the easy drive to Branson or even to Fayetteville. Flying Southern is easy with no TSA screening hassles and free parking at Signature Flight Support. Don't forget, Southern service to Destin has returned for its 9th summer season. So if you're planning a trip to the Emerald Coast, visit iflysouthern.com to reserve your seats today.
At Southern Airways, we fly to make your day.
When's the last time you played a Memphis City golf course? You will love what you see. I promise. If you have not played Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, or Pine Hill lately, or the links at Whitehaven, you are in for a treat. With summer here, the grass has popped, the conditions are terrific, and this year Memphis City Golf is really concentrating on competition. If you love amateur competition, there will be a Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, and Pine Hill Championship, all leading up to the Pub Links and the Hillman Robin. And ladies, you've got amateur championships too. And if you're a junior, the place to be is the Links at Whitehaven. There will be camps all summer long. Go to the website, moms and dads, if you would like to enter your child to learn from the pros how to play golf. And wait till you see the renovation at Overton Park. And soon there will be a redo at Pine Hill. Memphis City Golf, a sporting tradition for over 100 years.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now we're working an accident on Millington Arlington Road near Brunswick Road. That's Millington Arlington Road near Brunswick Road there. The accident on I-55 at 3rd Street, that accident has been cleared, so you should be good to go. Might have stop and go traffic just to get through. But new accident on Millington Arlington Road at Brunswick Road. We're dealing with the accident there. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
All night, can't sleep, too hurt, too weak, gotta call up. Dial that number, no one answers till 2 o'clock.
Oh, I'm in no rush. I'm just letting it ride for me. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's the part I want to do. Yeah, I was waiting for that part. There you go. Sports 56 Mornings. It's Anthony Sane here hosting. Peter Edmiston is out on break. He's on vacation this week, enjoying himself. I know this is, with the news with the Grizzlies, I know this is a situation where Peter probably wishes he was here, but was like, nah, I'm good. I'll let them have it, because he's having a good time out with the Edmiston crew, and I know he's enjoying himself. But yeah, I'm sure he would love to jump in on some of this, because we saw this happening. We figured the Grizzlies would eventually trade JV.
Yeah.
We were kind of the bad guys for kind of even going there. People get mad. What was my guy's name who said that JV was the best shooter on the team?
Was it Memphis Ed?
Yeah, Ed. No, yeah, somebody.
He's our best shooter on the team.
The best shooter on the damn team. Yeah, man. You know, our fans get emotional, man. We're gonna do super emotional views from the Grizz Facebook as we play our commemorative music later on. We'll do that sometime in hour number 3. We'll do views from Grizz Facebook. This people send off JV today.
But I do have a question for y'all.
All right, go ahead.
Because of this deal that happened, because the Grizzlies brought back on salary and probably like an extra year with Steven Adams. It got me thinking for a second, because it was something that we talked about almost like a year ago to this day, where I said was something in the lines of like, are we taking? Is there a possibility that we are taking back salary just to say we'll take on salary just to get a good first round pick, and then we'll just see how all of this flies up until when they have more money in free agency? Could you see another scenario where right now with Bledsoe saying that he doesn't want to be in Memphis, could you see a scenario where we can find a way to trade Bledsoe, obviously package him with the player or whatever draft compensation that you want to put with it, just to go to, let's say if we want to move up, just to say, hey, such team, we'll take on your bad contract or your undervalued player, just to give you cap relief in some way with about 2 expiring contracts. I guess Bledsoe's is the expiring contract, I guess. And then you get number 10 just to move up like 2 spaces and just take their bad contract.
So you mean Golden State with Andrew Wiggins?
Golden State with Andrew Wiggins, Miami, not Miami, the Magic with either Gary Harris or Terrence Ross. Man, I was doing a deep dive yesterday of it because
Terrence Ross plays for who?
The Magic.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been with the Magic for a minute.
I thought he was still with Orlando. I'm sorry. When did that happen?
Yeah, Orlando Magic.
I think you said Miami Heat, bro.
I
heard
said
you said Orlando Magic, but Miami Heat was in my mind.
I said the Heat, but I end up
When you
changing.
go to Orlando, people just stop paying attention.
Yeah, nobody pays.
Yeah, I knew he was in Orlando. I thought he was with the Miami Heat. I was like, when the crap did that happen?
You pretty
All right,
much
go
at
ahead.
Disney World like every other day. So anyway,
Yeah, small world.
But could you see a scenario where you take a team's bad contract just to move up, or just to get, or just to get another one?
100%
for sure. That's kind of what the Grizzlies have to. Like I said, this is right now at least. This isn't a free agent destination, so you got to be a little creative in how you acquire those assets, so you can have that flexibility. And if there's a guy like if it's Kuminga, if he's available at 7 or 6, and you got to take on Wiggins or take on somebody else, I think it's worth it. We heard what Sam just said.
Yeah,
that was high praise, but he's also one of those prospects that's like. There's just so much potential. You put him beside John, just see what he can do. So I think if the guy's on the board, I think they'll take on another quote-unquote bad contract to move up to 8 or 7.
Yeah, for sure. I think they would, and I think they should as well. I've got some Bledsoe stuff I want to talk about because I think people are there's something about the Bledsoe situation. I hinted at this on Twitter. This isn't based on intel, but it's just me spitballing. But there's some Bledsoe stuff I think that we need to think about. That's common, that's coincidental, that I think we need to talk about. I'm going to shelf that because I want to talk about some Olympic stuff. We might just need to cancel the whole thing. We might be at that point.
Gosh.
Naomi Osaka, she will not win gold. She would not win silver. She would not win bronze at the Olympics. She would not bring home a medal at all. She has already been eliminated from the Olympics. She lost in the 3rd round to Marketa Vondrousova yesterday. When I saw Marketa, I said she might be black. But she's not.
Marketa.
she's not black at all. So Naomi Osaka's been eliminated. She will not go to the Olympics. People are questioning maybe she just ain't into it. Maybe she's just not as mentally strong or prepared as she thought she was. Simone Biles, she won't be competing. She had an injury, and some people are saying it might be some mental stuff going on with her as well.
Yeah, and they just got finished.
They finished. They got gymnastics got silver.
Just the team, U.S. team got silver.
Yeah, the women's gymnastics got silver.
It's over already.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's over.
That hurts my heart, man.
I around this time of the year, I'm very excited for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. I don't care at all this year, bro. I do not care, bro.
I haven't watched one event. I don't know what time. I don't know where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like something feels different. Something is off. Maybe because
the Olympics is. You know what? Here's the thing. The Olympics isn't a sport where I think about fans, but the Olympics with no fans seems goofy as hell, bro. Like, it just seems dumb. Like, I don't even think about fans. I don't even think about fan moments at the Olympics. But having the Olympics in empty stadiums just sounds wild to me. It's just too much going on for it not to be any fanfare. Like, it's, you got stuff going on all day, all over the country over there.
Right.
And it's like nothing. Like, I don't know. It just seems like they. I mean, what can you do though? You know what I mean? So as far as that goes, I have a confession, y'all. Confession is good for the soul, they say, and I have one here today. I am grieving seeing that Naomi Osaka has been eliminated and that Simone Biles has been eliminated. Sha'Carri is already, not participating. I got an Olympic confession today, Stephen Johnson, and
these are my confessions.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those type of moments. as a black man in America, there aren't many things that make me feel like more of an American than actually watching the Olympics.
I'm gonna add on. I'm gonna let you.
When the Olympics come on, man, I feel like an American. You know, like for real. Like I feel like an American when I'm watching the Olympics, bro. I get excited to see USA basketball. I like the volleyball for non-perverted reasons. I just like watching volleyball. Men, women, beach, whatever, dudes, whatever. I'm with it. I love watching volleyball in the Olympics. Swimming, all the track and field events, the 4x whatever, the distance, the fastest man in the world. I was watching some stuff yesterday, geeked about the track and field. I love it. I feel like a true American. But when the track and field come on, when them 4x100s and them 100-meter dash all that come on,
200s and
hey, I'm from Jamaica, come on, bro, I don't care about nothing they got to do in the United States when come down the track, man. Bro, I am pure citizen of Jamaica when the track come on, bro. Like I do not pull for America at all when it comes down to track and field, bro. Like hey, judge me as you will. Hey, what's the guy's name? Gatlin, go to hell. Like, bro.
Don't say it.
Bro,
Come on, man.
I don't care about none of them.
Chris Gatlin's one of the
I don't care
one of the best U.S. track stars.
It seems like every few months they showed a recap of their race with him and you saying what was it, the 4x1 or the 4x2?
Man, it was dog.
Either one of them, they showed every few months. I was like, ooh, them boys from Jamaica. Because my homies at Southwind used to run tracks. I have one state and whatnot. Zach, when we went to school, they won track our senior year. Hold the state record.
Them boys was hustling.
Man, so I got an appreciation for tracks. I don't blame.
Them boys out there getting little, man. Man, come on, bro. Hey, Sha'Carri, Black Queen, you know I love you. I love you, Sha'Carri. What's my girl name? What's her name, Zach?
Shelly Ann Frazier Price.
Man, you ain't Shelly Ann. Sha'Carri, I love you, baby, but you ain't Shelly Ann.
I mean, she's up and coming though. Like I would have loved to see Sha'Carri and Shelly Ann like duel it out. Like that probably been like the one event that I would have to like tune in to watch.
I am not an American when it comes down to watching track, bro. Like both of them. What's the swole dude who got them same braids he had for the last 12 years? The swole dude is on the Jamaican team.
What's it, Johan Blake?
Man, what are we talking about? Man,
still running?
I think he is.
I don't think he's still running.
He can't be.
I don't think he's running.
Then the little bald head dude that was kind of older. What was his name?
I don't know his name.
Man, bro. Come on now.
For Jamaica?
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Hey, bro, I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want. Saying you're a traitor, go back to Africa, whatever you want to say. But the Jamaicans are on. I'm not an American, bro. I'm for the Jamaican team.
I
don't care, man.
I love seeing like all the black athletes in the track events.
I root against y'all when the Jamaicans go. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Gallon, get out of my face.
Well, I mean, obviously you have your preferences of whether you're Jamaica, and I like to see Team USA win. But as a whole, I like to see like the black athletes from like the different countries and everything.
It ain't just about that. It's how dominant them dudes are, bro. They gonna come out there and they gonna kill you.
I know.
I sit there and watch Usain Bolt look like he was screwing around and like decided to start running in the second half of 100.
And bro was smiling in the camera, man. Like it's all a game.
Bolt
was a cold dude.
Man, Bolt was the GOAT of Olympic athletes. Period, bro. That dude was incredible, bro.
But I don't get that feeling from the Olympics. I remember making sure I found a TV, a basketball, of course, too.
Mm-hmm.
But even some of the other sports that you wouldn't normally watch. But this year, I'm just like,
I don't care this year, though.
Did we win or did we lose?
Oh, you wait till the Jamaicans go on their track and field thing.
Yeah.
You think I ain't gonna be tuned in to that? You done lost your mind.
It's an all-day affair,
bro.
Man.
I would be at a sports bar watching that if I got to.
Hey, man, them dudes run, man.
Can I ask y'all a question about basketball right quick?
Go ahead.
Do y'all think, would y'all be more interested in Olympic basketball if Team USA or maybe everybody did something like under 25? So no more KD, but let's say this year would be like Ja, Zion, I don't know, some kids from the draft. Can Aiden play for us, or is he from the Bahamas?
He from the Bahamas.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Aiden. But, somebody else. Would that be more compelling to y'all? Because now it just feels like either we going to win or we going to trash these dudes for losing.
I'm going to tell you what I would like to do, what I would like to see. If they would, especially in the future when the NBA timeline is more correct, where it's not off like it is now, if you could take, I don't know if you want to stop it at conference finals or first round, maybe, but like take guys who aren't in the playoffs, who got put out a long time ago. Go ahead and get them dudes and start working them out, whether it's lottery teams, teams that didn't make the playoffs, first-round exits. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and start getting with them guys then, trying to build some camaraderie over a month or however long time you got, and actually build a team, not just superstar stack. Get you a point guard, shooting guard, some wings that can shoot, bigs that can defend. Build an actual roster of all these players. And invite the younger guys. Invite some college guys, some guys who are about to go in the draft. All those type of things. Get all those guys together and actually build a team. Because the stuff they're doing now, man, asking guys to come on after the season, they don't give a crap. They're over there because there's Nike wants them to be over there. You know what I mean? So,
man, they just picked some guys.
Yeah, they just kind of got some guys out there.
I know some guys didn't want to play and this and the other, and it was injuries, but
you did have guys who did want to go over there.
Yeah,
you could have had Trae Young, Ja Morant. I
don't understand how none of those young point guards. There are so many of them. They didn't bring any of them over there.
You ain't got Jaylen Brown over there. Like, come on, man.
Well, Jaylen Brown, he's recovering from a wrist injury.
Oh, that's right. Sure is. My bad. So, Jalen X, he would have.
Jalen X.
He's protesting at the Olympics.
I'm just saying, like, the two alternates were JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson.
Like, yeah, right.
We don't got nobody else in the chamber.
Man, like, if you don't call Miles Turner, call Paul George, Westbrook, and like stop playing around, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird. It's weird how they built this team. Like, it isn't making any sense at all.
Because I said this on Twitter, and a lot of people picked it up after or before I said it. I'm like, Team USA operating as if they got a salary cap.
Like they might be tanking.
They might like yo, just grab all your athletes.
Team USA out there data collecting.
Right, just grab all your athletes, put them on the team, roll the ball out there, and just like, look, here's what we're gonna do defensively, offensively. Just go play, man.
Yeah.
Like,
let's read some
hard.
Olympic stuff as we get ready to go to the break. Let me see. What about ping pong? No, I'm not a ping pong guy. From my understanding, Simone isn't injured. She experienced nervousness that also would not award her for points for her difficult stunts because it's hard for other athletes to emulate, which is pure BS. I agree. I think Simone just said F this stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her, man.
What you just said, when I saw the stuff, like she didn't they have to kind of change the grading scale or something?
Yeah, like y'all not gonna do that to me, bro. Like I'm the GOAT.
Like you moving, like it's like
right. You moving the goalposts just to make others feel good about
if I'm Steph Curry, when the Warriors play, we're gonna move the 3-point line back a little bit further. We're gonna move it up a little bit closer so everybody can shoot like me or something like that. No, man.
That same texter also said, "I wish our African American athletes would not compete. They have to looking sorry and quitting." So
hey man, look,
Jamaica.
Listen, man, I wouldn't.
Let's go.
I wouldn't be surprised. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the black athletes find a park somewhere and be like, look, y'all, I'm cool, we're good. Get a grill, get a big screen somewhere, rent a TV, just park it in the park until the Olympics is over.
And I'm gonna say this right here: it's complete BS that the United States couldn't get a 3-on-3 team that could contribute to the Olympics. I could have went to Mount Moriah Gym and found 3 dudes and would have smoked everybody.
Random off the floor.
I could have got AJ Pegram and
what? You got a women's 3-on-3, right?
Yeah, they're good,
I'm saying, bro, I could have got AJ Pegram. What's the guy who played for the Grizzlies who went off on Kobe? I can't even think of it. We had him on the show. Come on, man.
This is
God, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Lester Hudson.
Lester Hudson and Jimmy Snap Hunter, and I don't know who else it could have been. The kid who would play for Memphis, who played for not Tulsa, UTEP.
Tim Pete.
No, the little guard. Good.
Randy Culpepper.
Yeah, give me them 4. And they just play 3 at a time, and they would have got the United States goal.
Randy Culpepper had buckets.
Man, for years.
Man.
But yeah, we're gonna chop up more. We're gonna talk about this Aaron Rodgers thing. Looks like he's actually gonna play in the NFL this year. We're gonna talk about that in more Sports 56 mornings.
Grab a seat with Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour. Weekdays from 1 to 3 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
Hey, Mid-South, it's time to trade up at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah during the Trade Up to a Kia sales event. Hey, what's happening over there, Jeff Allen?
We got it going on, and we're ready to help you trade up to your next Kia. I've got a 2022 Kia Soul, not a lease, and 0.9% APR, $289 a month. 2022 Kia Sportage, 0% APR, and only $365 a month. And if you want American-made, we got it with 2022 Kia K5 now, $374 a month.
Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All $29.99 down payment, 60 months, sold in 715-0981, 0.9% MSRP, $20,685. Sportage in 79.79.540, 0% MSRP, $26,060. K5 NGO 950.54, 0.9% MSRP, $25,840. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax pilot license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/31/2021. Dealer stock only. Must finance through Kia on APR offer.
Magic in Memphis. Excellence delivered. Where the world comes to showdown. To be the king of Grind City. Today's stars, tomorrow's legends. Taking care of business. Compete to conquer the world. Don't miss the World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational. August 5th through 8th. For more information, visit WGCFedEx.com.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time. As simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend, Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Final segment of the second hour of the show. Back on Sports 56 Mornings. You can give us a call at 901-360-8255. You can text us at 901-360-8255. I'm telling you, if you just want to get your thoughts off, it's best to just shoot us a text. We probably won't be able to get anyone on the phone for the rest of the show, unfortunately. So if you're trying to get your thoughts off too, it's best to just text us to it. Texter says no on the trade. Yeah, we got a lottery pick, but JV is arguably the second best player. Bledsoe is past his prime. And the big one, when we got Chalmers, fans hated it. Now we get Adams, who's maybe the reason the Grizz do not have an NBA title. That's not true at all. If you remember, when Zebo ejected from Game 7, fans hated Chalmers until they didn't hate Chalmers.
I mean, he's right on that point. But look,
why does that matter, bro? Like, what is what someone did? Like, come on, man. Like, that's the guy you want on your team, bro.
KD done been on 2 different teams since then.
Yeah. So is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Memphis fans are whole. I almost forgot about it.
Who gives a crap about it? He'll come in, he'll crack a joke about it, and it's over. And you'll like. I like to screenshot this type of stuff because people are going to love Steven Adams. You're going to love the stuff he does. You're going to love his antics. He's tough. He gets in the guys' faces. He wants to fight. He's crazy. I know y'all. Y'all are simple about this type of stuff. I know y'all.
I can tell you exactly the situation. Josh going to get a hard foul and watch Steven.
Yeah, Adams going to get in some dude's face and it's, whip that trick. Whip that trick. It's happening, man. That's Memphis. And you guys are going to like Steven Adams. You're going to like what he does.
He's just a big enforcer,
He's going to be a lower maintenance JV. And you don't have to worry about where he's at mostly. He don't give a crap. He just want to go out there and foul dudes and be tough and get rebounds, play defense. He's low maintenance JV. That's exactly who he is. Before we go to the break, just wanted to mention the Green Bay Packers seem to be close and nearing a deal with Aaron Rodgers. Seems like it's something that could possibly make Rodgers a free agent in 2023. I think it's good for NFL. I think it's good for football, and I think it's good. I think it's good for the Packers, and I think it's good for Aaron Rodgers to be on the field. It would have been good to see you as the host of Jeopardy or whatever you want to do, but you need to be playing. He's still one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Recent MVP. I think that you should see Aaron Rodgers playing football. Any quick thoughts on that, either y'all, before we go?
Yeah, no, he wasn't gonna host Jeopardy, man.
No, he needs to be on the field, man.
Man, I'm still mad about what's his coach name? LaFleur taking the ball. I mean, kicking the field goal on fourth down. I would have wanted to lead Green Bay too.
Right.
You inside the 5, man.
Tom Brady.
Just do your thing. I know you're upset because they're not getting you help, but man, just play, be on the field so you can keep your show teams that you're good, keep your trade value high. And just get up out of there. They're probably going to deal him, but he needs to be playing. He doesn't need to be sitting at the house.
And if he does get traded, it needs to be in a situation where he is winning now.
Right.
Not with a team that is young, that just got off of a rebuild. No, he needs to be in a winning situation.
And before we go, I'm reading this Schefter report right now. So the 2023 year, based on if they agree to these concessions, will be voided. So this will be his last year in Green Bay. So in 2022, he could basically have the freedom to decide where he wants to play. I think he should go somewhere like Denver or something. Well, if he's a free agent, then never mind. I have to rethink that. Everything's on the table then.
Yeah, we'll see.
Buddy said, I'm out, man.
I'm out of here. But, yeah, it's good. He needs to play. And I'm glad that he's going to be back for at least this season with Green Bay. When we come back, good friend Isaac Simpson, he's been the busiest man in local sports media when it comes down to the NBA draft. We're going to have him on soon. Sports 56 Mornings.
Magic in Memphis. Excellence delivered. Where the world comes to showdown. To be the king of Grind City. Today's stars, tomorrow's legends. Taking care of business. Compete to conquer the world. Don't miss the World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational. August 5th through 8th. For more information, visit WGCFedEx.com.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at Action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to Action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at Action247.com. You got action.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Great values are happening now during Lowe's Pro Summer Savings. Stop by the Pro Desk and get an extra 5% off volume savings orders over $1,500. Plus, look for limited time values across the store, including tools, appliances, and other pro essentials to help you get the job done right. Shop today at Lowe's, the new home for pros. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Terms and exclusions apply. See Pro Desk in store for details. Now through July 30th. U.S. only.
Grind City Brewing has done it again. They have crafted a new Pilsner called Poppy's Pills. It's just what the doctor ordered. Sometimes you come across a beer so smooth and so crushable, it cures what ails you. Take 2 of these, and I guarantee you'll be calling for more. This is the newest Grind City release. So good, it's already in Kroger and in all of the liquor stores. This is a lighter fare. It's a Pilsner. This will become probably an anchor for Grind City Brewing. It has been in the making for 6 years. Honestly, this was formulated by the Grind City Brewers when they were starting out just a long time ago. It took this long to make something this great. It is an American Pilsner. It's 4% alcohol. It is for lighter beer drinkers, grill outs, at the beach, after golf. You're going to love Poppy's Pills.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
Nothing new to report as far as accidents, but we're still working the accident on Millington-Arlington Road near Brunswick Road. That's Millington-Arlington Road near Brunswick Road. Other than that, so far so good throughout the city of Memphis. Keep it right here for hour number 3. This is your Sports 56 Traffic Update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
And yesterday was all we had. And oh, after the love was gone.
Hour number 3, Sports 56 Mornings. We're back. Got my guy Steven Johnson been rocking with me this morning. Having a good time with Steven. Steven, you good, man? You having a good time?
I'm a little tired, but yeah, I'm
Hey,
enjoying
that third hour hit different. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hour number 3, man, be like,
through.
Yeah, we almost there, but man, it get tough because whatever beverage of choice you had that morning, it seems to be worn off by time hour number 3 jumps in. Yeah, man, the weather outside is very hot today. We're probably getting that mid-afternoon storm situation like we got yesterday. The one that almost killed me yesterday when the Grizzlies started dropping news. It was like just a big rainstorm hit while I'm driving, while I'm getting phone calls, while I'm checking tweets, and I almost lost my life. The Grizzlies, why do you do this to me is the question I have. If you guys want to get in touch with us, you can call us at 901-360-8255. You can text us on that very same number, 901-360-8255. We've been talking about text we've seen all day long today. Guys have been amazed that they didn't know that Steven Adams was younger than JV. There's the things you find out when you tune into this show.
Also, JV was in the 2011 draft, and Steven Adams was in 2013.
Okay, for real?
Yeah.
Because Adams played 1 year of college for somebody.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is what I thought, yeah. Yeah. I'm good, man. Let's get the Steven Adams era going, man. Like I think he's a perfect transitional player for whatever you're trying to do with Jaren. It gives you, another year or whatever you want to do as far as him eventually being your center, which looks like the direction the Grizzlies are going in. And if you guys want great information on the Grizzlies, on the draft, I can't think of many guys in this area who seem to be doing the work, the diligence to get the information out to you guys. My good friend Isaac Simpson, he writes for Rivals.com, also contributor over at Hoopball Grizz. Isaac Simpson joins us now. Isaac, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's up, fellas? Man, we're breaking barriers this morning, man.
What
black,
you talking
black
about,
men
man?
on sports radio,
black
man.
guys on the radio
in
right
Memphis,
now.
man.
Don't be too loud.
I ain't never seen that.
Don't be too loud. That might get shut down.
Man, I want to get you in trouble,
What's good,
man.
bro?
Yeah, it's good. How you doing today, man?
Man, good, man. Been on the grind, man. That news dropped yesterday, man. The whole city blowing up, man.
Oh,
Phone blowing up, Twitter going crazy, man. So it was crazy, man.
Yeah, poor Grizz Facebook, man. Prayers out to them. Moment of silence for Grizz Facebook, who doesn't know how to deal with JV being gone.
No, not at all.
Yeah, also shout out to the Grizz fans who didn't realize we got JV before he won a championship. Like seriously, bro, there are people who didn't who are halfway Grizzly fans who didn't realize that JV played for us the tail end of that season that the Raptors won the championship. They think we got him from a championship team. I thought that was his first year. Yeah, that's our fans, man. We're weird like that. We're strange. We're a strange type. Isaac, you've been doing a lot of grinding for Hoopball Grizz, your podcast, and just contributing over there. You were in the press, some of the media availabilities yesterday with certain rookies for a workout. What are some of the sounds that you got from that event yesterday?
Well, one of the big takeaways for me, James Bouknight, in his media presser, man, seems like a real cool dude. Like, love the vibe. The vibe that he kind of gives off. And the thing that you come away with him is, even when you watch him as a confidence, but even in the press conference, I mean, he's extremely confident in himself. And I don't have problems with confidence for guys that go out there and back it up. And he definitely does that. I mean, he was talking about, he hadn't even been playing, a lot of people don't know, he hadn't even been playing basketball that long. He was a baseball player.
Really?
They kind of asked him, he was like, one guy asked him, how good of a baseball player were you? And he was like, man, I could pick a baseball up right now and train for a month and play in the MLB. That just kind of shows you the confidence they got. Some guy called it irrational confidence. He was like, man, I think I bagged mine up. So that was one of the good sound bites. Franz Wagner, I asked him, rumors out there that he's now 6'11". I think they listed at 6'9" most places. And I asked him, was he really 6'11"? He was like, man, almost. He said probably 6'10" and a half. He said, I'm still growing, grew a lot over the year. So, I mean, you think about him, a lot of people are not big fans of his, but you think about a guy, 6'11", wing, to play the defense the way he does, bring playmaking ability. I mean, that's something that this team needs. I mean, we really need size on the wing. I mean, you kind of saw that exposed in the series against Utah. They need to get bigger on the wing. Franz Wagner is a guy that kind of fits that bill. So, I mean, not a lot of stuff coming out from that, but it's just kind of general on the surface stuff. We missed a lot of guys yesterday. We were supposed to get Davion Mitchell, Jalen Green, and for some reason they didn't jump on yesterday. So we only got about 2 or 3 guys. Sengun was one of the guys. He had a translator, so it's kind of hard with the language barrier.
You ain't got time for it.
Yeah, it's got hard with the language
just
barrier.
Just doing the transcript. I don't. I'm not asking questions to somebody. I don't even know what they're saying back to them.
So Isaac, I saw you tweet you're giddy for Josh Giddey. I guess what are your thoughts on him as a prospect? And my question, if he's a legit point guard, how would he mesh with Ja, who we know is still working on his jump shot?
Yeah, I mean, I love Giddey, and the thing with Giddey is that I don't put him in the point guard box. I think he's positionalist and a guy that can kind of fit in with any team. I mean, because I think at that size, with his playmaking ability and the things that he can do, I don't think you kind of have to worry about the fit on anything. With Ja, I think he can play with Ja off the ball. He can play with Ja on the ball. You can give Ja a rest, even if he's coming out the bench, where you got Tyus in there, point guard. He can come in and play with him as well. I just think he's kind of a jack-of-all-trades guy, and a lot of people don't like him. But, I mean, you just high basketball IQ. I mean, the passing ability and the vision is just elite. The people worry about the shooting, and that is one thing that I talked with him. He was actually in the media availability on Friday, and he talked about his shooting. And you look at the three-point percentages, and it's 29%, and you're like, oh, well, this guy can't shoot. He talked about how he started off the year extremely bad, like embarrassingly bad from three. And as the season went on, he got better. But that's kind of the reason why you see that number down 29% because it was so low to start the season that he couldn't really get it back up. And he said he thinks that the shooting stuff is overblown, that he's a better shooter than those numbers present. When you watch it on film, you can see that. So I just think he's a guy that can play with Ja, play off of Ja. I mean, some of the highlights I think that you get with him, some of those passes for lobs that he make with Ja, I mean, he's an extremely fun player. And I think even though a lot of Grizz fans wouldn't like him now, if they drafted him, I think they fall in love with him.
How much better do you feel as someone I know is not just someone who covers the team, who I know is a diehard Grizzlies fan? How much better do you feel to be able to talk about this level of guys at 10 as opposed to the guys we were hoping could possibly fall to us at 17?
Yeah, man, it's definitely a different tier of player. Same thing from going from 51 to 40. It just puts you in a different tier. I mean, we were talking about some of these guys like Moody, Bouknight, but there was really no way they were ever going to get to 17. I mean, you're just talking about a different level of player, and now you're talking about a player who can possibly come in and crack the rotation. Like these guys at 17, you might be looking at somebody that you're going to send down to South Haven for a year to kind of groom down there, kind of a quote-unquote redshirt year. But we're talking about guys now that they could potentially, you could be looking at a guy that ends up being your third guy along with John Derrick. So to be able to now really talk about that, and they're even talking about going up higher to 10, I mean, I think that makes this really exciting. I mean, because, again, we're talking about something different now. We were talking about a role player, some guy that you hope
right.
ends up being something. But now we're talking about real deal guys that can step in right now and play. And, I mean, that just makes the thing all more fun, and I'm excited for Thursday night.
With the list of guys that are potentially available for the Grizzlies at 10, if you just kind of look at the different scenarios, if you get your Doctor Strange on and just look at scenarios how guys can fall, is there any guy that you would feel like, man, I don't want him? The guys that you hear either connected to the Grizzlies or guys that are somewhere in that range. Is any guy you'd be disappointed with?
I think the guy that I would say no on, and he has a lot of fans, is Davion Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not on him. I mean, one thing I think he's getting judged on what he did in the NCAA tournament. I think if you kind of watched him all year, you probably wouldn't have him in the top 10 of the draft, top 12 type of guy. And then the thing about it, what I just talked about a minute ago, this team needs more size on the wing. Davion Mitchell is 6'1", and I think he's a combo guard, but I think he's really a shooting guard in the point guard's body. And, I mean, you just think about playing here with Ja. I know he showed great defensive potential in college, but when you go into the NBA, it's different guarding these guys in the NBA at 6'1", trying to guard two guards and small forwards, and you're doing it in college. And I just don't think he's a great fit with this team. And I'm skeptical of him anyway, because, again, I just think you a lot of times you see these guys, they blow up because of what they do in the tournament, and then they get in the NBA and you kind of see the real deal with them. So Davion Mitchell, I would be out on him. I saw Tad Ford mock had them taking Zaire Williams at 10, and I'm like, man, I'm all the way out on that. Man.
You're not a Zaza Pachulia fan?
No, no, man. You could probably get him at 17, man.
Man, what is y'all beef with Zaire, man?
Man,
y'all beef with that, man?
Man, I gave him some credit, man. They say he had some off the court stuff going on. It was a rough year for their team, man. They didn't even get to play all the games. So I mean, he had some stuff going on, man. But I think he's just a guy that you just don't know.
I just think he's too flighty, man. I think he's a space cadet. Like I don't think he has the I don't think he has the basketball IQ or just desire to be.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think you just with him, you just taking a shot in the dark because he hasn't proven that he can do anything. I mean, he's
one of those guys. He has to aesthetically he looks the part. He's 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", but it's like he just doesn't seem like he's a great. You know, my boy Rashad Phillips was talking about basketball players and hoopers. I don't think he's either one of them. I just think I just think he's a guy who looks the part. He has the ability to do the stuff, but it's like, you know, he's a shot creator, but he's not making shots though.
I know that's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, well,
his shots don't go in. Yeah,
he got all his shooting upside. And he's shooting like 28% from three. I'm like, well, I mean, you see the size, like you said, when he looks the part getting out the bus, but the production just wasn't there, man. And
2K All-Star.
If I'm taking in the first half of the draft, I ain't taking a guy like that. I mean, if somebody might take him, he might end up being that guy. But again, I don't think he's shown anything production-wise to make you think that he'll actually get there.
I don't think he's a guy that I think he's one of those dudes who people think he's got like star potential. He's a guy that you can, you know, see being a star. Yeah. I don't think that's what he is. I think you got to get him and try to make him a role player. Like the comps I've seen from him, like, no, that's not him at all. Like I don't. And I was high on him at first till I actually just start, you know, looking into him. So, but yeah. So, do you think the Grizzlies have I'll get your general thoughts. Yeah, what are your general thoughts on the trade? As the whole thing, we haven't really talked to you about that at all. And do you think they can move up from 10?
Yeah, well, when I go back to yesterday, man, when I first saw it, man, I was in the middle of the Corey Kispert availability. It popped up on my phone. And I had to go look. I'm like, make sure this ain't a fake Woj account. I was like, all right, 4.7 million followers. I see the check mark. I was like, this is real, man. This is happening. This is really Woj treating this. And a lot of Grizz fans are upset about it. And I get it, because your first instinct is to view this as who won the trade, and you see JV as the best player in the trade, and so you think we automatically lost the trade. But this is not one of those deals that you can view in that way. But this front office is from the jump has stuck with their message. I mean, I haven't always agreed with their vision and how they do it. We've talked about this stuff before. How they kind of held Jaren out, and how they some rotation stuff, some funky stuff they were doing with that. Mm-hmm. But they haven't veered away from this. And Zach Lyman in the end of the season media wrap up said that the road on a rebuild is not always linear, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing now. The arrow is not always going to be pointing north. It can be pointing northwest, northeast. You could even turn around and go south with it. And I think sometimes they're going to take a step back and try to move 2 steps forward. And I don't think they care at all whether how many games they win, how many games they lose. If they make the playoffs, they cool. If they win 25 games, they cool. They're sticking with their vision, and I think that's what we're seeing with this. Now, on the trade itself.
Keep going.
I was going to say, I hate to lose JV, man. I'm a big JV fan, not just for what he brings on the court, but just the culture, man. I just like, man. Yeah, just like him as a dude. I mean, and you listen to some of the stuff that he said. I think reading the tea leaves, when he first got moved to Memphis, I don't think he was 100% on board with it. But as we've seen with a lot of guys, once you get here, you kind of fall in love with the city. And some players don't rent houses, don't buy. Him and his wife bought a house here.
Right, and they made a lot of accommodations for JB. Like they kind of switched the vibe for him as far as kind of building the offense kind of around what he likes to do. But it never felt like that's what they wanted to do with JB. Yeah, and it didn't. It didn't feel like this. It was going to be a long-term thing, and he was very disappointed in the playoffs. So it kind of is what it is. I'm excited about all of it though, man, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that the writing was on the wall. I mean, his contract was up at the end of this year, and they weren't going to bring him back anyway. So I think that's for the fans that's upset about losing JV. He was going to be here for this year, probably max, and that's it. They were going to let him walk at the end of next year. They weren't going to re-sign him. So that's kind of how you have to look at that. Steven Adams, people talk about getting Tebow suspended or whatever. I mean, the league got Tebow suspended. Anybody thinking about that 40 years ago, man? Anybody thinking about that? They're going to love Steven Adams because people, you got these national writers saying that he's based in Memphis AF. He is. I mean, the way he plays the game, I mean, dirty work, goes out there, plays hard, he's funny, does it. They're going to love him no matter. People are saying that same what he said about Mario Chalmers, and he was a fan favorite 2 weeks after he was here. So I ain't even listening to that. But you move up twice in the draft. You move up from 51 to 40, and from 17 to 10. Like you said, you're getting into 2 totally different tiers of players on both of those. Go ahead, you pick up another first, 22 Lakers pick, top 10 protected. So that's up a base. So right now, you have 3 picks in the 2022 draft, which I think they'll probably use some of those this summer, possibly even on Thursday night. Right. You get Bledsoe, who looks like he's going to be a trade piece. So, I mean, long term, I mean, this makes sense. I mean, JV wasn't going to be here anyway, and I think they made a good move. Again, I hate
for sure. Well, Isaac,
I hate to lose JV. And
we all do. We all do. But Isaac, we got to let you roll, brother. We appreciate you, man, for coming on with us today.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you inviting me on, man. Definitely anytime. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Simone Biles was the game's biggest star, but right now it's not known if Biles is going to compete. Her coach has confirmed physically she's fine, but there have been indications she was having trouble dealing with the pressure of such high expectations. She was a little off her game at the start of the team competition and then a subpar vault today, and Biles took herself out. She stayed, cheered her teammates on. She congratulated the Russian gymnast who won the gold medal. The U.S. took the silver. Now the question is if Biles will still compete in the all-around and the individual events. USA Gymnastics said she'll be assessed daily to determine medical clearance. Softball back in the Olympics, first time since 2008 in Japan, just as it did in 2008, won the gold, shut out the U.S. 2-0, so a U.S. silver. Gold medals won by American athletes from Alaska and Hawaii. 17-year-old Lydia Jacoby in swimming, Carissa Moore in surfing. With this Summer Games update, John Stash Hour, Westwood One.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition.
So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition, so to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At Lowe's, we know your home is an expression of you, and we see you walking down these aisles of possibility, running your finger on that marble top Allen & Roth vanity, regularly $5.99, but now $3.49, and finding that perfect rattan pendant at an everyday low price of $99.98. In our showrooms of style, you'll find whatever you're into at a price you'll really get into. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, see associate or Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 8/29/21, U.S. only.
Grab lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
AC trouble? Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60. Then this year, Air Doctors is the official HVAC contractor for St. Jude Dream House. Air Doctors installed the St. Jude Dream House new Train high-efficiency equipment. Get your service from the best. AirDoctorsOfMemphis.com. Call 901-598-HVAC.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
It's time to trade up to a Kia sales event at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. Get up and go in a 2021 Kia Rio 41 MPG Highway 0% and $239 a month. 2021 Kia Forte 0% and $268 a month. And get all-weather rugged and ready in 2022 Seltos $334 a month. Plus peace of mind with Kia's 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get top dollar for your Kia trade today and trade up at Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike, or shop online 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J and he'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All $29.99 due at signing. Rio Forte 60 months at 0%. Rio ME 403.610. MSRP 17,315. Forte ME 379,469. MSRP 19,040. Seltos N 724 718 166 months at 1.9%. MSRP 24,110. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 must finance with KMF or low APR. Excludes tax file and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/2/2021. Dealer stock only.
The Tigers are back to 100% capacity. We want you to be a part of it. Your Tiger football team opens the season against Nicholls State Saturday, September 4th at 6. And the rest of the schedule features SEC opponent Mississippi State, Navy, SMU, and more. Season tickets for all 7 home games start at just $99. To lock in your seats for all the action, call 901-678-2331 or visit GoTigersGoTix.com.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
You wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't.
Back on Sports 56 Mornings. Shout out to Isaac Simpson coming in and joining us today. Isaac grinds, man. Like, he really grinds for sure. And the things he's doing over there at Hoop Ball Grizz, he was in that press conference yesterday, the media availability, with a lot of draft prospects, getting their opinion on certain things. He said that the guy that if he had a guy that he didn't want the Grizzlies to take a 10 who could very, very well be there and who's in the mix, it'd be Davion Mitchell. I think I'm there too. 6'2", combo guard, so to speak. probably one of the better defenders in college basketball. He's a dog, man, for sure.
Yeah,
But,
definitely, man.
But
I wouldn't take him at 10.
No, I want size,
No.
man. I want size for sure.
No, but if I had to choose between of the two Baylor guards that I want, I probably want Butler more than Mitchell, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm
That's
big
for me.
on size, man.
He just got like medical clearance or something like
Yeah.
that to play. So okay.
Yeah, and I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, but here's something I want to throw out. I threw this out on Twitter yesterday, and I want to see you guys' opinion on it. This is all just spitballing, no intel, just throwing out things that kind of make sense to me. After I just thought about this. Chris Haynes came out yesterday. He said that don't expect for Eric Bledsoe to actually play for Memphis, right?
Right.
So that means one of several things could happen. The Grizzlies could waive Eric Bledsoe now, buy him out, and let him go wherever he wants to go. They did that with Dwight Howard. Eric Bledsoe has a pretty big deal. I think he's owed at least $22 million in guaranteed money. $18 million this year plus $4 million next year. Guaranteed money. They could do that. They could trade him they could keep him on the team and trade him at some point during the season, a la Andre Iguodala, like they did last year, where he doesn't actually play, but he's on the roster. They could do something like that.
Yeah, we can see that.
Or they could trade him soon, before the season starts. So I just started thinking about those three scenarios and how those could play out. And I tried to think, okay, what's something about Bledsoe that kind of stands out to me? He is represented by Rich Paul and Clutch Sports. I think that's significant. You've seen a lot of talk about the Los Angeles Lakers trying to get another playmaker, a starting point guard, someone who could facilitate things for them, who can kind of fit in with what they like to do. Guys who can defend, because they're going to have to guard Steph Curry next year. They're going to have to guard Klay Thompson next year. They're going to have to guard Ja Morant. They're going to guard Jamal Murray. They're going to have to guard Chris Paul. So I could definitely see a situation where the Lakers either really try to get the Grizzlies to buy out Eric Bledsoe, and then they sign him, or I could see a situation where they try to send a combination of around 4 or 5 guys to the Grizzlies for Eric Bledsoe. Now, would the Grizzlies be willing to take those guys? I think some of them yes, and some of them no. It'll be interesting to see how that whole thing works out. But like I said, I wouldn't be shocked to see a clutch guy like Eric Bledsoe want to be in L.A., especially the guys that I know LeBron has given a lot of praise for in the past. Because you remember one time they were calling Bledsoe Little LeBron. You remember that? You remember that?
No,
That was real.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was real.
Yeah.
I've always felt like Bledsoe is one of those guys that we always tend to maybe overrate a little bit because in theory he can do. He has defense. He used to have a lot of bounce. He's 31 now, so
no, the bounce is gone.
Yeah, so in theory he was a guy that you thought was, I don't know, kind of like star level, but I don't know if he ever just performed today. I don't know how much he would really help the Lakers, to be honest.
Right, me either. I don't get it, but I could definitely see a situation where
clutch guy, LA,
yeah,
veteran.
I could definitely see a situation where Rich Paul and company, GM Rich Paul, is trying to get him to LA, and I can see LeBron want to get him in LA. It could be a simple thing where the Grizzlies just buy him out. It could be a trade. It could be a guy that the Grizzlies want to take him out. You've seen guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope that have been rumored to be on the trade block for the Lakers. Guys like Kyle Kuzma, of course, have been out there as far as speculation is concerned. I know a guy that I think the Grizzlies have had interest in the past is Alex Caruso. I don't really know how interested they would be in. The Lakers would be in trading him away. Montrezl Harrell is definitely someone they'd probably be willing to trade. And Taylor Horton Tucker, another guy that you've heard associated with the Lakers.
THT.
I think if something like that happens, the Grizzlies absolutely stole this trade from New Orleans. And then people say, well, that's the case, but why didn't the Lakers just trade? Why didn't New Orleans just trade with the Lakers, Eric Bledsoe? The Lakers didn't have any draft capital. You couldn't. There's no incentive for them sending Bledsoe that way. So I think that I'm not saying that that's likely to happen, but you could possibly see a situation where the Lakers are trying to unload salary as well. They get a guy like Bledsoe, and they come off of a contract or two to us. But that would kind of rehaul our roster if you did something like that. If you pick up a Kuzma or Caldwell Pope or Horton Tucker, one of those guys.
Right. I mean, if they can get Kuzma and THT back for Bledsoe, like this is, I mean, I'm not gonna
that would
say
be nuts.
I think this trade goes from like sneakers to like outright great.
You just
outright great. Like you get number 10 pick, first rounder, Kuzma, THT, who are both young players, and Kuzma, regardless of how he dresses and whatnot, I think he's worth taking a chance on, and we know he can get buckets, and the Grizzlies need more guys that can get buckets.
Now, this is all just fantasy talk. This isn't based on any intel, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear the Lakers connected to trying to get Bledsoe out of here. And I think it'll just be a buyout. I don't think it's going to be any type of trade at all, honestly, to be honest with you.
Man.
But I'm sure you'll see something in that realm.
You messed around and opened up a can of worms, saying,
Why is it?
Man, because you
Grizzlies fake was going to go crazy.
Because you talking about Kuzma, man.
Oh, yeah, Grizzlies fake was going to go crazy.
Like, you get to keep Dillon and Kuzma on the team? Man. Come on, that's a dream. That's a dream scenario, man.
Come on now, for sure. But as we do that, let's don't want to commemorate these guys now, or do we want to end the show with the Facebook thing? Let's end the show on Facebook, and let's talk about prospects. Let's talk about guys that could be there at 10, potential trade moves we can make with teams, etc. I am extremely high on Kuminga. I think Kuminga could be absolutely incredible. Like, he's 6'8", hyper athletic. He's 19-ish. He's 19-something.
You sure? You sure not you want to question his age?
He's 920. Probably 920. But I just think he has a lot of potential, bro. I think he could be Giannis. Like, I think he could be a Giannis type player, like Sam Amico said. But he could also be Jeff Green.
That's the other side of the spectrum.
Jeff Green is one of the most polar. Like Jeff Green can give you 30 one night and then just do. But I think Kuminga. I think in the dream situation that is the guy for the Grizzlies. You get upside. He's supposedly going to be a really good defender. We know how much
he has the potential and tools to be a defender, but so did Jeff Green.
Yeah.
I mean, serious. Like, I like Kuminga. I would lose my mind if we came out of the draft in a couple nights.
Definitely.
If you get Kuminga at like 10 or say
if you get up to 7 or 8,
now, if I was taking him at 4, I was like, I'm not sure. But getting him at 8, I think like that's high upside. You know, especially if Ja continues to progress as a shooter. You got Dillon, so in theory, you would have enough shooting to give him time to develop some of that aspects of his game.
Yeah, and he's young enough to develop a jump shot. Like I said, he's 20 years old probably. He's listed as 18 today. He's turned 19 in October. But there have been some questions of people who think, this kid might be older than what they're saying. But, I mean, that's fine. You know what I mean?
1920 something. It's not
he ain't 25.
Who was the?
He ain't Duarte. He ain't Chris Duarte.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. It's like isn't there a 24-year-old they said the Grizzlies might want? Like,
and he ain't DeAndre Williams.
He's not Duarte.
Let's go ahead and switch to the views. Let's see what Facebook is doing, what they got going on.
Y'all got me a little nervous about this. Is it really as bad as y'all say?
Because I want Steve to give us some Tiger. I want him to I want to hear his Jalen Duren prediction live on the air before he leaves. So we're gonna do that in the final segment of the show.
Oh man,
we're gonna do that in the final segment of the show. Give me some commemorative music. No. Oh, we're doing views.
Oh,
this is special edition. We gotta go commemorative on. There's gonna be some emotions in this one. So.
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's go commemorative.
I got it.
Yeah. We sent out a prayer for our Grizzlies fans and Grizzlies Facebook. We know this is a tough time for you guys to lose JV. I know it's gonna be tough for you all. So let's go through. I'm gonna visit Grizz Nation Facebook page and get some views from our friends over there. Ben Mills, first timer in views from the Grizzlies Facebook, says, "Hope y'all remember this when he puts 2020 on us 4 times next year. Stop planning on adding for the future and start trying to win this season."
Oh, brother.
Let me see. Everyone. Oh, Costello Hazlett. He's a legend in Grizz Nation. Costello Hazlett says, everyone in the Grizzlies front office should be fired and let some of the fans have their jobs. They trade the second best player on the team for some slaw. What in the hell were y'all thinking? JV is a legitimate 20. Oh, he put the year 2010. A year. Yeah, that's what he is. That's what JV is. He's a 2010 guy. He put a 2010 guy when on God Earth. Why on God Earth would you want to trade him? It's obvious they're not trying to win.
Lord have mercy.
Mendes Gill, or GI, says, good luck, Grizz, getting to the playoffs next season. Getting out of this group as a Jonas fan.
It's that bad.
Josh Giddey, really? Shake my head. He can't shoot. He can't play the two. He got a damn great point guard. What the hell is you thinking? He Ben Simmons because he from the land down under. No, I mean Mike Beasley or worse. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I hope the JV trade will be worth it. We should draft Kispert for the 10th pick. The guy has shades of Klay Thompson. we done made Corey Kispert Klay Thompson. Everybody can shoot is not Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is also one of the better two-way players in NBA history. Let's not leave that part out. Jesse Jones says, let's just trade away the most consistent and best player. The Grizzlies always got to do some, it's a word I can't say, trade. Yeah. Steven Adams is trash versus Jonas, Joonas, Valanciunas with a flame emoji. Make it make sense. He just has stats side by side. It's weird how that works. Just get one guy's stats and compare him to the other guy's stats, and that's if you want to trade him. Let me see. This is probably the best one though, Zach. Can you pull away from the phone for a minute? Whoever's calling in, they can text all of it in. Because you ain't coming on the air regardless. So I don't know what you calling for.
It's like the listeners. You said the listeners can call.
What did he say?
Nothing. It was just nothing important.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing.
Well, you guys just don't get it.
No. Now what were you saying?
This is probably the best one. In the Grizzlies Facebook, it says, "I need all the people that depends on God to say I do. You were sure to get blessed within 10 minutes." It's a good old spam post.
what's the purpose of it, man? Like, why? I don't need no. Like, am I getting married? What is this?
Oh man, hold on. Let me see if I can find some more good ones, man. Hold on.
This is funny.
Hold on. Come on, front office. What are we doing? Why would you trade Val? Please make sense of it. It make damn good sense.
Boy, they acting like JV Shaq. Orlando Shaq.
Look at this dude. As always, Chris Harrington is the most knowledgeable journalist to explain the thinking behind this trade. Take time to read this. Shout out to Chris Harrington.
Daily Memphis.
Chris Wallace, is that you? I swear. Y'all so goofy, man. I'm so damn goofy. Oh, God. Oh, here's a good one. I'm happy about the 10th pick, but I'm not thrilled about us having to give up Jonas. And of all teams, why New Orleans? Jonas with Zion? Hold on. Jonas with Zion is what, listen. Jonas with Zion is what we had with Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. They are taking our grit and grind. They can have it. Trust me. If JV and Zion is the new grit and grind, they can have it.
Oh, no.
Back to the pick. All I can say is I hope the front office knows what they're doing. I'm fine with them thinking they know what they're doing. Oh, here's the one right here. Here's the post, man. That's it. Here's the post.
The player comps, really?
Oh, no. Here we are. That man said Mark and Zebo are JV and and Zion.
What?
Except for the two totally different players. All right. The Grizz are preparing to move, not win. Just watch. Oh.
What are we doing, man?
Oh, God.
What are we doing?
Oh, man.
What are we doing?
Oh, man. Grit grind. Disappointed Jonas V is gone. But I know the Grizzlies ain't going to give up on Ja like that. So I know they're getting something much bigger than Jonas. Look at that faith, man. I thought that was going to be a negative one. I'm sorry. Oh, man, I messed up. What did I just do? God, dog. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. That man said Corey Kispert, the next Klay Thompson. Let's get ready. Y'all just high. Drunk as a mug, man. Hold on. Man, I got out of it, bro. My bad. It was a good one, too, bro. Who, after the top 5, is worth losing a guaranteed double-double, damn near all-star big?
In the top 5?
In the top 5.
No, outside the top 5.
There's a couple of them. A few.
Oh, man, my people, bro.
I just like JV is a good player, y'all. The Grizz didn't trade a all NBA future Hall of Famer away though.
To all my 2K players, LOL. Well, definitely Adams brings more defense to our team, according to NBA 2K.
According to real life.
I got one for you, man.
You got one?
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
Will our GM be one of the most stupidest GMs in this draft, trade, and free agency season, making the most stupid decisions?
What's wrong with these folks, bro?
Put some respect on King Kleiman, man. Come on.
This shuffling for a damn draft pick. You know, who needs a draft pick, you know? Understand, but damn, why we can't try for a mid-tier free agent? I'm just so goofy, man. Oh, no, here's the one. Here's the one here.
Gosh.
This is from the same dude, Dom Odell. Just certified goofiness. Now that I think about it, ain't even no real ballers in the draft this year. For real.
That's cap.
Hold on. This is so ridiculous, bro. Who are they intrigued with? They keep trying to move up to get. I'm not understanding this no more for real. But work your magic, Kleiman.
We got a little optimism at the end of it.
I just it's like the Grizz fans, y'all want to be the 8, be in the play-in for the next 3 years, man. Like, you know, go for it.
We made the playoffs with Jonas.
And
I don't know about this trade and what role will Eric Bledsoe have. Will our GM be one of the most stupid general managers this draft? Trade and free agency season makes the most stupid decisions. Why did we trade JV for 2 sticks of gum?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Bro, this
tough crowd.
Oh, man.
I had a friend say that.
Hold on. I'm done. After this, I'm done. Bro, what a difference 5 playoff games makes in the Grizzlies out. Ja and Brooks are off the table. Everybody else is optional. Bledsoe is a solid backup point guard who can get hot from 3. What? Adams will play better with this team just like Val did after he became a Grizz. I wouldn't knock that at all. He'll be a better. They'll probably use him better here than they did in New Orleans. I'm still mad at Adams for getting Zebo thrown out of the OKC game.
Oh, my God.
Spending for Game 7.
No, you need to look at the one before that same. It's the one before.
Nah, what do you say?
One post says Adams. He could take us to the 5th seed of the playoffs. Adams. What is it?
Oh God. Oh man.
Oh y'all are hilarious, man.
It was the 10th pick, the Grizzlies pick Corey Kispert.
They better not.
Bro, like I understand we need shooting, man. But like our fans are strange, bro.
You gotta go get that shooter, man.
We think just get a guy who can stand there, catch the ball. You can get that at 17, bro. You could have got Corey Kispert at 17. You don't have to trade up to go get.
Could have got Duarte at 17. We gotta get our shooter, man. You know how it is, man. We gotta go get our shooter. We gotta go find our shooter.
Man.
We still could trade.
Last one, then we go on the break, bro. About to wrap this up. I feel like I just got hit with a Zach Randolph elbow to the throat. Steven Adams, really? His wussy flop got Zebo suspended for Game 7 in the 2014 playoffs, and I've never forgotten it. This better pay off by drafting the next Greek freak. JV was a solid rock in the paint, and the Grizz will have to face him and Zion 4 times a year. Triple J and Tillman will be lucky to get 10 rebounds between them in those games.
Well, one.
He might be right. He might be right. He might be right.
Well, one. We got Adams, so it's like at least one of those dudes ain't gonna get a lot of rebounds.
These folks are so funny, bro. God, you would have thought we traded Akeem Olajuwon. Oh, Corey Kispert equals Casey Jacobson.
I just love I love the fact that that we can say we better get a Giannis, like we could just go up to a tree and like pick him like off the tree here. Like,
here's the thing with Corey Kispert, bro. I was down for Corey Kispert in Memphis when I thought we were going to get like 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm out on Mike Miller with even more hateable hair. I'm out on Corey. The headband, get out of here, Corey. You can get out of my face. We're going to take a break, man. We're going to come back and wrap this up. We're going to talk Tiger basketball with Steven Johnson. I brought him in to speak some Tiger basketball today, but the Grizzlies just hijacked today. But I got to know where Jalen Duren is going. He's going to tell us coming up next.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, Mid-South, it's time to trade up at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah during the Trade Up to a Kia sales event. Hey, what's happening over there, Jeff Allen?
We got it going on, and we're ready to help you trade up to your next Kia. I've got a 2022 Kia Soul, not a lease, and 0.9% APR, $289 a month. 2022 Kia Sportage, 0% APR, and only $365 a month. And if you want American-made, we got it with 2022 Kia K5 now, $374 a month.
Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All $29.99 down payment, 60 months, sold in 715-0981.9%, MSRP $20,685, Sportage in 79,79540, 0% MSRP $26,060, K5 NGO 95054.9%, MSRP $25,840, includes all rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/31/2021. Dealer stock only. Must finance through Kia on APR offer.
Getaway Sports Bar, the best kept secret in town, open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Garvin, the owner, created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Rack them up on 6 pool tables. Coldest beer in town, grab you a pool stick and get you some good bar grub. 100% Angus burgers, big and moist chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. with long neck domestics, $2.25. Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
AC trouble? Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60. Then this year, Air Doctors is the official HVAC contractor for St. Jude Dream House. Air Doctors installed the St. Jude Dream House new Train high-efficiency equipment. Get your service from the best. AirDoctorsOfMemphis.com. Call 901-598-HVAC.
Start your engines, Mid-South. Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike is ready for the Enjoy Your Summer Style sales event. Get plenty of pulling power and more standard features than Mazda CX-5 and Ford Escape in your new 2022 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. And hit the road in a 7-passenger 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. We Gossett at $259 a month. All powered by our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So don't miss the Enjoy Your Summer Style sales event at Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, 750 loyalty rebate, 48 months, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Outlander, NZO 166.72, MSRP 29,480. Cross NC 003186, MSRP 27,725. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Warm and inspiring in everything you do. To join
Final
together.
segment, 46 Mornings. Had my guy Steven Johnson on with me. We had a lot of fun in the last segment. I'm telling you, man, Grizz Facebook is another beast, man. Like, I didn't want to look at all. During the actual trade, I was like, nah, no way I'm going to go look at this. Like, I know the energy is going to be totally wrong. But I had to go ahead and get my last off this morning. Texas says, you two city guys are terrible. On to a station I didn't even know existed anymore, to be honest with you. We send our condolences. Yeah, we're going to hate to lose you as a listener.
I mean,
oh, hate. With
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
I didn't even know that station even had a frequency. Anyway, God bless him.
Oh, okay.
Buck Nasty.
Yeah.
The nastiest hater of 2020.
We sent our condolences to that listener that we lost today. Moment of silence for
unfortunate,
him.
man.
We lost during that segment. Steven Johnson. Let's talk Jalen Duren as we wrap up the show today.
Man.
Where you going, man? What is he doing?
Man, it's going to be right now. It's coming down to the wire. They just finished up at the Peach Jam. Him and his team, AAU team final. They won it all. He's a special player. He's expected to reclassify to 2021.
Really? I've heard that from Leon Taylor came on and said the same thing.
So I think that'll be happening in these next. Hopefully, don't have it on while I'm on vacation.
So it's like out there that he's actually going to reclassify.
Yeah, I've seen it from enough people, from enough publications that it seems like it's a matter of when, not if. And look, I think personally, so I think it's between Memphis, Miami, and the G League. I think Kentucky's kind of in the mix, but because it's Kentucky. But Miami, they hired. I think they hired a former assistant that has close ties with them. So that's why a lot of people. That's why Miami's in the running. The G League's the G League, and then there's Memphis with Larry Brown. I think if he goes to college, man, he has talked a lot about being developed, going to a place that's going to help him get better, prepare for the NBA. I know he has those close ties with Miami, but I think if he goes to college, man, I'm ready. I'm not ready to put it in a Sharpie, say it's 100%, but I think right now, I think Memphis feels good, and I think if he was deciding today, if he goes to college, y'all, I think he'll go to Memphis.
So you guys are saying, you and Leon pretty much sound like you're saying the exact same thing. So y'all are saying that Jalen Duren, if he commits to Memphis, he's playing this fall, like in a few months for Memphis.
Yeah, from what I've been reading from the people I've been talking to, the expectation is he will not be playing high school basketball. Whether he's playing with the G League or playing with Memphis or Miami, that he is going to be going to the next level.
And with this NIL stuff, it's probably more beneficial to go play college if you can go get paid.
Yeah, now, because think about Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga. They're both, draft-wise, they went fine going to the G League. But how much?
It hurt Kuminga, man. I think it might have hurt Kuminga.
Probably so.
Because Kuminga would look ridiculous if he played college basketball.
I think so. But, even Green put up numbers. But how much? But if a player like Green, if he would have went to Memphis or Auburn, he would have been a star in the NCAA.
I mean, he's still going
tournament.
number 2. So.
Yeah, so he worked out fine then. But I think just playing in college.
I think it did hurt Kuminga, though.
Yeah, I can see that. But if you come and you play in college, there's still just that extra brand. And now the NIL stuff, I feel like guys like them, we're hearing some of the numbers coming out now, but I got to think some of these basketball players like an Imani Bates, Jalen Duren, some of those
Nike
guys.
getting involved with these dudes.
Yeah. I feel like some of those guys will be touching 6 figures. And it's like if I'm getting the same money I would in the G League, I can go to the college, have more branding opportunities, and who don't want to be big man on campus for a year?
Right, for at least a year.
For a year.
Be the man.
So I think the NIL stuff, depending on the numbers, I think that might kind of swing the pendulum a little bit back to college, and then you might start seeing some more of these kids. Well, there weren't a lot of kids going to the G League, but the cream of the crop, the Jalen Greens, the Jalen Durens, might look more at college now because they know they can make big bank now.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I would love to see him, put the stripes on. If he does end up being a Tiger, like how good is his team? Like how good is
they top 25 easily? I think they're I saw some analysts say top 10. I would say maybe like top 10, top 20. Because you got to remember, the Tigers were playing some great basketball at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, there were multiple people you watching NIT games saying, hey, if they made the tournament, they would still be playing in the second weekend. So they lost some guys, but they replaced them, I think, with either more talented options or more intriguing options. So if you bring a guy like Jalen Duren in, and he's just, he's not like Wiseman and Musa, who's kind of a 5-star based on like their traits, athleticism and stuff. This is a guy you can throw him the ball on the block. He has some post moves. So I think, and also he's a great defender as well too. Tenacious rebounder, plays hard all game. That was kind of some of the questions about Wiseman. Is his motor always revved up?
Right.
Jalen doesn't have any of those questions. So he makes the Tigers, I think, one of the best teams in the nation, honestly.
Man, I'm down for it. I'm here for it for sure. Steve, it's been great having you on today.
I appreciate
Steven
you.
Johnson from the Daily Memphis, rocking with me. You got Zach across the glass. Greg and Eli are coming up next, and we are out.